It's time to tee it up and kick it off. It's time for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Presented by Hatch Toyota. Sports Zone Radio brings you unmatched coverage of football from around the White Mountains and beyond. No one does it like Sports Zone Radio. And now you can live stream HD video of our broadcast coverage exclusively at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. All part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Chaz Hatch refuses to lose a deal over $1. Hard-hitting broadcast coverage of White Mountains football is up next. Now, let's take you out to the field and join our broadcast team for tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into this edition of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. Is presented by Hatch Toyota. And tonight, it's the playoffs. The 3A state playoffs are officially getting underway tonight all across the state. So are the 2A state playoffs, by the way. And we're going to talk about that whole postseason picture during our broadcast here of the Game of the Week. And it's brought to you by Hatch Toyota. Welcome in, everybody. Floyd Simmons along with my broadcast partner, Mike Brogan. And this game here, a home game for the Show Low Cougars, coming your direction live tonight from Show Low Ford Stadium. Welcome tonight, everybody, as we get it kicked off. And this is game one for somebody's eventual state championship. Might it be the home Show Low Cougars? Maybe it'll be that number 13 ranked Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, one way or the other. This is a big game between these two arch rivals. How about it? Another post-season matchup of the many between Show Low and Blue Ridge. Welcome in, everybody. Let me bring my broadcast partner into this one. His name is Mike Brogan. Mike, brand new to the Sports Zone Radio team this year. And thrilled to have you alongside, Coach Brogan. And a big one tonight here at Show Low High School.
Yeah, I think, this is what White Mountain football is really all about, right? It's about 30 degrees. It's November. It's playoff time. This is something both these schools are accustomed to, a lot of tradition up here. Really excited for this football game.
The Show Low Cougars come in as the number 4th ranked team in the state, 4th seeded in the state tournament. And they also bring in a pretty impressive 9-1 record as you take a look at the guy that engineers it, the head coach, Carlo Hernandez. Coach Hernandez in his second year now as the head coach at Show Low. And he's going to take on a guy who is in his second year leading the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. That's Jeremy Hathcock. And these are guys that have some history going back coaching against each other. And I'm talking about going way back. They've seen each other before on the field of battle. They know each other, I think, pretty well. And obviously they've studied a lot here coming into this one. But there is the aspect of the Yellow Jackets' severe loss to Blue Ridge, to Show Low earlier on in the season. And that 50-point victory for Show Low in that game is the widest margin of victory in the history of this rivalry in a Show Low win. The Cougars have won their share of games against the Yellow Jackets, but never have they beaten Blue Ridge like they did earlier this season. So the question is, how much does that linger in the minds of the Yellow Jackets? And a heavy underdog still in this one, Mike. Might the Yellow Jackets use that as fuel as they get ready to go out there and take on the highly favored Cougars?
Sure, you never know with young kids, right? So either they're going to use that, they're going to use it as motivation, us against the whole world type of mentality, or they may, kind of hold on to that a little longer than they should. But I think that's why the start of the game is going to be so important for them. If they can withstand the first couple of minutes and be competitive, then they'll have a chance.
Well, we're about set to get this one underway. Teams will assemble on the field of play, the field of battle, and we'll find out who gets to take the next step toward winning a state championship. If Show Low wins this game, the Cougars are going to have another home game next week in the second round of the playoffs. If the Yellow Jackets win, well, they'll be on the road again in all likelihood, because they'll be playing a team that will be in all likelihood much higher ranked than them and seeded coming into the state playoff. And now we're going to get a chance to see the Yellow Jacket offense come out here first. Blue Ridge is led by their freshman quarterback, cool hand Luke Berlin. And he and his offense will get the ball first in this one tonight. Show Low to put on display what has been a terrific defense all year. And this team is, I think, defined by a number of different terms, but the one I would put at the top of the list, Mike, is speed. I think Show Low is just, when you talk about them, the conversation begins with how fast they are.
Yeah, they have two of their players, are elite, right? Ryan Kishbaugh and Nash Brewer, both I think I would consider elite speed, but I think at times too, we kind of overlook how well the offense and defensive lines have played this year for them. Back when they played Snowflake, I was really impressed with how tough those kids up front were and how they held their own in that game. So certainly speed is what they have, but they're not only speed, I guess we'll put it that way.
They do have a number of other superlatives that you could apply to this team. That's for sure, physicality being one of them. Here's a kick. That will be a mid-range kick, fielded just inside the 20-yard line. The Yellow Jackets will take it straight up the middle. If I'm not mistaken, that was Seth Slaughter who plucked it out of the air. Seth takes it across the 30. And the Yellow Jackets have the ball first as we get underway with the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Floyd Simmons, Mike Brogan, and a cold night at Show Low High School at kickoff. The official temperature, at least official to us, 32 degrees. At kickoff tonight, it's only going to get colder. You ready for that, Mike?
Well, we'll see. Those kids, that grass is usually soft, but not tonight, right? You're not going to like getting tackled tonight.
Well, I went down on the field before the game. I was down there not very long ago, and I got to be honest with you. It's not the frozen tundra, okay? Yeah. It's not an icy field as we watch the Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. To start this one, they go up the middle with it. And the first carry of the game belongs to Jace Barton. Or does it? In the middle of that entire mass of humanity. I believe it was Jace. There's a chance that was Seth Slaughter. We'll go back and take another look at that replay here in a few moments as we watch the Yellow Jackets break the huddle on second down. That last play, they got them nothing. There was no gain. They'll run an option, and they'll run it with Jake Esparza. And Esparza's going to get stood up at the 40 and driven backward by Ryan Kishbaugh. So Jake with a great head of steam built up, and he gains 8 yards. Well, that's just a poor spot. Jake got to the 40-yard line, his forward progress, and the officials mark him all the way back, 3 yards back shy of that. So it's only a 5-yard gain officially. And I got to be honest with you, I don't know if you saw the same thing that I saw, and we won't, unfortunately, get a look at the replay because we're working on a technical issue. So we didn't get a replay. But he was to the 40-yard line when he got stood up. Back to throw, Berlin, screen over the middle, and he throws it right to the defender. And fortunately for the Yellow Jackets, Ryan Kishbaugh couldn't hold on because one of those Yellow Jacket offensive linemen was able to get a shoulder pad into his gut and knock the ball loose.
Yeah, looks like that lineman was upfield blocking for that screen. Just happened to get in the way. Probably saved an interception.
No scores. We just get underway here at Show Low High School tonight, everybody. 4th down and 5, and Blue Ridge incomplete on their first pass attempt in this game, and they will bring the punt team out. And they're, by the way, working with a new punter, and it's a beautifully delivered spiraling punt from Jace Barton. He's the new punter because they had a player quit on the team just a couple of days ago and is no longer with them. Key linebacker, key player, but decided, I guess, playoff time, I've had enough, unfortunately. So return out to the 40-yard line, and Show Low gets the ball for the first time today.
Yeah, it was a great punt. He not only got good distance, but he kind of hemmed him in on that sideline. He got that ball outside the numbers, and, Kishbaugh had nowhere to run return that thing.
So the Cougars offense comes out, and they'll throw on first down. And it looks like they're going deep. That one's going to hang up. It's a little bit short, and it's incomplete. That is an incomplete pass to Sergio Villalba, as he was maybe a step behind the defender, but Nash Brewer, the quarterback, underthrows that one. It's incomplete.
Yeah, we see Nash rolling out to the right and throwing the ball back across his field. Long throw. Did we get that? It's like, did we have a holding penalty?
Yep, they held, and the ball gets marked back. The hold, I believe it was a hold, was deep, and so they marked that one all the way back to the 20-yard line. It's going to be first and, well, that's the 25. So first and 25 now for the Cougar offense. Brewer, step up, quarterback draw. Yep, designed all the way, breaks a tackle, and he will be brought down with enough yardage for the first down. And look at the spot. Well, okay, one of the other officials got the right spot. Hey, listen, it's a cold night. Everybody's struggling out there. 29-yard gain on Nash Brewer's first run from scrimmage.
Yeah, that lane opened up really well. Like you said, a designed quarterback draw.
Already the Yellow Jackets have yielded enough territory to give Show Low an opportunity to operate in Yellow Jacket territory. A little trap inside, and that didn't go very far. Sergio Villalba carrying the football. He gains a single yard on the play. Second down and 9 coming up from the Yellow Jacket 45-yard line.
Yeah, great penetration in there. They actually looked like they were running a counter or some trap to the backside, but Blue Ridge was 5 yards deep in the backfield.
So the second down play, straight ahead, and Brewer will line up in the shotgun. Slots on both sides of the formation, and a pass that was in the hands of the receiver, but he just couldn't hold on. Maybe a little evidence of how cold it is out there. Incomplete pass on second down.
Yeah, that ball was on time, on target. But like I said, it's cold, so that ball might feel like a rock coming in.
The intended receiver for Show Low was Colton Tidwell. Look at this, third down and 9. The Yellow Jackets with an opportunity to get a stop. Turn around, and the receiver is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's Gage Reedhead, and Reedhead is able to spin out of the first tackle and get enough yardage, 8 yards, as a matter of fact, to make it fourth down, about 1.5 yards to go. So this is going to be a challenge right here for the Blue Ridge defense. They had a shot at Nash Brewer running the option on fourth down and short and could not corral him. There was a huge opportunity, but in the backfield, unable to get the play they needed.
Yeah, real interesting. Show Low moved, looked like they moved some of the bigger linemen to that right side and then tried to run that option out over on that side.
Well, they're going to kick themselves on that one. They had a golden opportunity.
Well, when you come in as an underdog, you need to make some plays like that, right? You need something to turn the momentum for you.
Once again, Show Low on the ground with the football. And they're going to give it to, looks like Pedraza carried the football. Ray Pedraza with his first carry today and a no gain on that play. Now they're trying to sweep it out to the near side, and the Yellow Jackets are all over that one. Jace Barton helps force it back inside, and the rest of his team, the rest of that defense gets there, and they're able to neutralize the great speed of Ryan Kishbaugh. Just nowhere to go.
Yeah, great penetration. You see you got four Yellow Jackets 5 yards deep and did a great job.
So -3 yards on that run for Kishbaugh. You're not going to see that very often. This Yellow Jacket defense has had their moments on this opening Show Low drive, and another opportunity to get a stop here. Throwing deep, man open. Pass caught, touchdown, Show Low. Sergio Villalba got behind the defense, and Nash Brewer threw a perfect strike to the end zone, touchdown.
Yeah, Nash had a lot of time to get that throw off there. You know, there was no pressure on him, and it gave Villalba plenty of time to get that route run, and throws right on the money.
Yellow Jackets had him in a 3rd down and long. They had him in 3rd down and 12, but unfortunately for Blue Ridge, what looked like might be an opportunity for them to take the ball back is instead a touchdown for the Cougars. They get the first points of the game. We get an offside on the Yellow Jackets, and they'll move it to the 1.5-yard line. And they'll move the spot for the point after try just inside the 10-yard line. The kick looks good. It is up, and it is good. And Show Low has the first points in this one as we welcome you into the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. Show Low 7, Blue Ridge 0 in this playoff matchup. Stand by, everybody.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
So the Show Low Cougars come up with a 9-play 60-yard scoring drive on their opening possession. It took 3 minutes and 31 seconds, and you saw that 33-yard touchdown pass from Nash Brewer to Sergio Villalba to open up the scoring in this one tonight. A very cold night at Show Low High School, everybody. And to my broadcast partner, Mike Rogan, I say, Mike, thanks for being here.
You betcha. I wouldn't miss it.
Thanks for enduring. And you probably weren't hoping for temperatures this extreme, but hey, listen, we gotta bring our game like the kids on the field do.
That's right.
There's a one hopper up the middle, fielded, and a good return put together for the Yellow Jackets. And the guy that made it happen, that is Elam Antonelli, who ran back a 96-yard kick return touchdown a week ago against Round Valley. There is a face mask at the end on the tackle, but it wasn't called. You'll get another look right about there.
Ooh.
There's your face mask, but the officials didn't see it, and the head didn't get jerked around, so that didn't call any attention to it by the officials. And so the Yellow Jackets have great field position. They are at their own 47-yard line with the football. Luke Berlin, he'll throw. Lots of pressure, throws back right into the hands of the defender. I mean, he couldn't have made a better pass to that defender, who is last week's Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game. That's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Cutter Pepper was dropped into short coverage for Show Low, and he intercepts the football for the game's first turnover.
Yeah, it looks like there's a miscommunication somewhere. It looked like they were trying to set up a screen or something to the left side, but the receiver was running a route 5 or 10 yards down the field.
Well, that comes with 6:32 on the clock.
So let's hope defensively they had him behind the chains on all, 3 or 4 different times, and they just got to get it done here on, 3rd down.
Show Low's got the football. They'll give it to Ryan Kishbaugh, and he's going to make his own space and dive ahead. Short of a first down, but a good-looking run put together by Kishbaugh. We'll give him credit for an 8-yard gain just inside the 35-yard line. Show Low has 2nd down and very short coming up.
Yeah, really impressed with the Yellow Jacket defense. They've actually contained the perimeter pretty well. They're getting everything turned back inside. They just need to get some better flow from those linebackers.
So an 8-yard gain for Kishbaugh. 2nd down and a couple to go for the Show Low offense. They'll put a flanker out on the left side. Two men in the backfield with Nash Brewer from the shotgun. Up the middle it goes, and that's, I believe, going to be enough for a first down. That is Ray Pedraza carrying the football. Pedraza gets 3 on the play. They'll move the chains, and the Cougars will get a new set of downs.
Again, an option look there from Show Low. Seems like we're running more option than I've seen them run all year.
The Cougars have moved the ball to the Yellow Jacket 32-yard line. And I like the matchup for the Cougars on the near side. A very young defensive back out there on an island covering Gage Reedhead. But right now, Show Low's going to keep it on the ground. Ryan Kishbaugh, he'll get a burst of speed that takes him inside the 15-yard line. He'll mark him down right at the 12. That is a 20-yard gain, and just like that, he gets up to full speed, and Seth Slaughter had to save the touchdown for the Yellow Jacket defense.
Boy, Kishbaugh hit that hole quick.
First down. And just under 5:20 on the clock in the first quarter. Handoff up the middle. That is Kishbaugh once again. No, pardon me on that. That's going to be Ray Pedraza. Pedraza carrying the football this time. Pedraza goes inside the 5. Nice gain, 7 yards. That pickup for Chicken.
Sure like the tempo the Show Low offense is operating at. You know, they're probably getting a playoff every 5 to 10 seconds.
Pedraza lines up as the fullback. They'll give it to the tailback. That is Kishbaugh, and Ryan Kishbaugh dives into the end zone. And that is a 4-yard Show Low touchdown.
Yeah, just your old-fashioned halfback lead there coming off, and he was 3 yards, down the field before anybody laid a hand on him.
Point after try will be no good for Show Low, and we'll sit at 13-0. The Cougars in front. Timeout on the radio. Stand by, more first quarter action from Show Low Ford Stadium. This is the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. Don't go anywhere.
Summit Healthcare is committed to your healthcare experience from start to finish. They invite you to take advantage of the Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy. The pharmacy is conveniently located in Summit's outpatient pavilion, just steps away from the hospital, and most of Summit's clinics. They accept most insurance, including Medicaid, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part D, First Care, and IHS. Prescriptions are ready in just minutes, and you get curbside delivery too. The Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy, because Summit is committed to meeting your pharmaceutical needs.
We've got a cool deal for you at Naked Mobile. Get the Samsung A11 smartphone free when you activate just 1 month of our 60-gigabyte plan. Starting at $75 per month, switch to Naked Mobile and get the free Samsung Galaxy A11 smartphone with 60 gigabytes of high-speed LTE data each month, and you can use your data as a hotspot. We've got you covered with unlimited nationwide talk and text, and coverage on America's fastest networks. No contract, no credit check, no hidden fees. Get your free Samsung A11 smartphone at any Cellular One store near you or at nakedmobile.com.
Show Low kicks it away. Elam Antonelli fields the football at the 19-yard line, trying that middle wedge. That's what the Yellow Jackets default to pretty much every time they do return a kick. Antonelli gets stood up after crossing the 30-yard line. Mark him at the 31. And it's first down for the Yellow Jackets right at that spot. Well, Blue Ridge has got to do a couple of things, I think, to be competitive in this game, Mike. And I think one of those, protect the football. They threw an interception on their last possession. They got to protect the football. And they have got to find a way to put together a couple of long drives and chew up some clock in this game.
Yeah, I think you could see the defense kind of got back on their heels those last 3 runs. So their offense, if they can give their defense a little bit of time to recoup.
False start on the offense. The Yellow Jacket possession, their third possession so far today, starts a bit of an ominous beginning. That 5-yard penalty. It'll be first down and 15. The ball at the 27-yard line. The Yellow Jackets 27. They're going to run Wildcat. Snap it to Esparza. He hands it off. And immediately the ball carrier is who is Seth Slaughter, gets hit by that Show Low front, you'll see they're just clogging everything up right there in the middle. Cutter Pepper, one of those guys on the scene, and a no gain on the play for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Show Low did a great job controlling all those interior gaps. There's really nowhere to go with that run.
So second down at 15. Back to Luke Berlin. He tries to give it on a little. They'll run the trap to Jace Barton, and Barton is knocked down in the backfield. He is going to lose how many more on this play? 3 more lost. So how about third down and 18 coming up? Winner of this game gets an opportunity next week to play a team that some are looking at and saying is, if they should win as the higher seed, is let's just say an overrated team. We're going to find out a little bit here in a moment as we watch a great defensive play by Carson Cooper undercutting Jake Esparza, the intended receiver, and a ball that was just right in his hands. Berlin has... I know the speed of the game when you play Show Low, it's different. I mean, it's not Monument Valley or Ganado or Window Rock that Luke is looking at, but he has got to make that adjustment because so far he has put 2 balls perfectly in the hands of the defenders.
Well, yeah. Well, he had the 2 drop now. Show Low's dropped 2 interceptions with the one that they got.
And here's a Jace Barton punt. He had to rush it and get it away. There was a lot of pressure coming right straight at him, and it's a very, very short kick. In fact, about a 16-yard net kick, and that goes out of bounds.
Yeah, when you talk about wanting to pull an upset, this is the exact way that you do not want to start. Just too many mistakes. But this is probably exactly what Show Low was looking for. Kind of get up early and see if Blue Ridge will kind of doubt themselves from that last game.
So Show Low takes over at the Yellow Jacket 38-yard line. Great field position. Handoff, room to run, right side. That is going to be Jet Walker, the freshman, untouched. Touchdown, Show Low. Well, Jet Walker is just a freshman. He doesn't run like very many freshmen you've ever seen in the White Mountains. Uncommon, the speed, the power that this young man has. And on the very first opportunity to touch the football tonight, he goes 38 yards for a Show Low touchdown.
He just had that burst. He got to the corner and just outran everybody.
Point after try for the Cougars is up and good. And the score goes to 20-0. 20-0. A big early lead for Show Low over Blue Ridge. And this first quarter will continue on. Stand by, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. And the first round of the state playoffs presented right here by Hatch Toyota. Don't go anywhere.
Give me an S. Give me a U. Give me a Y. Give me a B. What's that stand for? Sell us your vehicle.
At Hatch Toyota Show Low, we want your late model, good condition vehicle. We're buying. Sell us your car. Stop by Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall for a free, no-obligation quote. We're paying top dollar, often over Kelley Blue Book. The used car market is at its peak, and your current vehicle will never be worth more. Sometimes more than you paid for it. We'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. Get a free Carfax report and no-obligation quote. Get a quote, get a check. It's that easy.
Give me a G. Give me an A. Give me a Q. Give me a G. Give me an A. Give me a C. What's that stand for? Get a quote. Get a check.
Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years.
Show Low kickoff, very short. The Yellow Jackets cover it up. And they'll take over at their own 40-yard line as we bring you back into it, everybody. Well, I could give you a really descriptive look at the scoring drive for the Cougars on their last possession, except that it wasn't really much of a drive. It was a possession they were able to take over after a short punt. They had great field position at the Yellow Jacket 38-yard line. Very first play from scrimmage, a 38-yard Jet Walker touchdown run. And with now 3 minutes and 9 seconds on the clock in the first quarter, Show Low is on the board with a 20-0 lead.
Yeah, Blue Ridge is going to need a sustained drive here, even if they don't score, get a couple of first downs.
Jace Barton in the backfield, along with the freshman quarterback, Luke Berlin. Look, Lucas struggled early here in this game, and he struggled against Show Low the first time they played. By the way, that's an illegal formation, I think. I'm pretty sure. I was just looking at an illegal formation. But look at what the Yellow Jackets are doing. They are putting a number 69, splitting him out to the right. And you can't do that, and you can't throw. Legal procedure called against the Yellow Jackets. You can't. That number 69 right there, if you're wearing a lineman number, this is what I was told in the last game. If you're wearing a lineman number, you are not allowed to catch a football. So whoever number 69 is, they put him out here, they split him out to the right side. If they throw to him, and he was lined up in the slot, only he was on the line and not off the line.
Yeah, if they have somebody outside of him on the line, it's okay, and they can, a lot of teams will throw a little screen and use a lineman out there to block.
Try to run the wide receiver screen to Elam Antonelli, and that is just the that's a standard go-to for the Yellow Jackets, and it was by this point of the season pretty much everybody's reading that, and Ray Pedraza read it perfectly, and he was able to snuff it out.
Yeah, they're going to have to challenge them downfield a little bit. Show Low's putting so much pressure on the line of scrimmage, both interior and out at the receivers. They're going to have to be able to challenge them.
Lose 2 yards on that little pass play. And more pressure on Berlin. He's able to get the defender to leave his feet, throw downfield, pass caught by Seth Slaughter. That's going to be a big offensive play for the Yellow Jackets and taken inside Show Low's 40-yard line. Well, listen, it wasn't the prettiest pass, and it hung up, but the Yellow Jackets will take it, and for Luke Berlin, maybe a little something to give him some confidence here early in the game.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, he evaded that rush, and he rolled out to his left, but when you're putting so much pressure up the line of scrimmage, you'll get some one-on-one opportunities deep.
Turns into a 28-yard pass play to Seth Slaughter. That's your reverse back shoulder fade. That's your front. That's your front shoulder fade right there. And from that Wildcat, Jake Esparza, he broke a tackle, got past the initial surge, and then he still got knocked down for a loss, maybe a couple on the play. 2 yards lost for Esparza.
Yeah, so tough on those running backs. They're getting contacted 4 and 5 yards in the backfield. It's just really difficult to get anything.
Incumbent upon the Yellow Jacket front to give their guys a little something, a little breathing room, a little opportunity of some kind. Now Jace Barton in the backfield with Luke Berlin, 2nd down and 12, and there's a marker right immediately before the snap. And then a late flag from the opposite linesman. And an offside, somebody lined up on offside on the defense, so they'll mark it 5 yards ahead. 2nd down and 7 now.
Yeah, high school football is a little different, right? If you line up, there's no free play, right? In high school football, they just blow that dead.
So the 2nd down play, the Yellow Jackets operate now from the 37-yard line of Show Low. Berlin to throw, and he is going to be mauled in the backfield. The Cougars are able to get there with pressure right up the middle. I mean, it was just very little that the offensive lineman could do against the bull rush of Stetson Walters. And Walters gets the quarterback sack, the first of the day. Now, there was a marker down, but from the looks of it, it's not going to help. Well, they're going to wave it off. I didn't think it was going to help the Yellow Jacket offense, and they end up waving that thing off. The line of scrimmage is the 45-yard line, so a 5-yard loss on the sack. No, actually more than that. It's an 8-yard loss on that quarterback sack.
Yeah, those defensive ends are taking to that inside rush, and boy, they're sure getting deep. Backfield, Blues need to get outside of them if they can.
More pressure, another sack. This time, Gabe Benali. And Gabe loves it, celebrating as the Cougar defense comes up with another big play. 11 yards the loss this time. So it is going to be a long way to go for the Yellow Jackets. They've got to get to the Show Low 30-yard line to pick up a first down. Obviously, on 4th down now, 4th and 26. You would not expect the Yellow Jackets to do anything but surrender the football, right?
Yeah, I don't know how many plays you got in your playbook for 4th and 26.
Yeah, not a whole lot. That is for sure. And that ends up being the final play of the first quarter, everybody. What a start. What a start for this Show Low team. They lead Blue Ridge 20-0 in the first round of the 2022 3A state playoffs. We'll grab a timeout, and the second quarter is on the way. We'll find out what the Yellow Jackets are going to do. Punt the football, right? The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Stand by, everybody.
You know that excited feeling you get after you buy a car? You'll walk around it 5 or 6 times checking it out. You send selfies to your friends. You grab your family, friends, and coworkers the next day to see your new car purchase. Did you feel that happy when you were going in to buy it? Hatch Toyota's thinking is that you should be just as happy before you buy it as you are after. We start by not doing something. We do not have commissioned sales reps. At Hatch Toyota, we believe in non-commissioned product specialists. They're salaried, so they have no reason to pressure you to do anything. They understand that a great customer experience will lead you to telling your friends and your family about your experience. So when you're approached on the lot or in the showroom, you don't have to panic. Their task is to help you find the best vehicle for your lifestyle and your budget. Hatch Toyota Product Specialists, keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Or shop online all the time at hatchtoyota.com.
The Yellow Jackets have to punt the football. They do, and Show Low will take over. After the ball is downed with a no return. And that happens with 11:51 on the clock here in the second quarter, everybody. Welcome in. On first down, we're having a bit of an issue getting the possession started, getting things underway. It'll be first down for the Show Low Cougars. They split Sergio Villalba way out to the right. The Yellow Jackets playing understaffed as they watch Ryan Kishbaugh get the ball and manage to stay on his feet after a couple of initial hits. But there is a nice defensive play to finally corral him and keep him in the grasp. I mean, it looked for a second like he might spin out and keep going forward. Derek Avalos is the guy that brought him down with the tackle for the Yellow Jackets. That's an 11-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, he sure hung on. I'm with you. I thought he was going to break that out of there, but he did a good job hanging on and just get him down, right?
11 and a half minutes till halftime. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report comes up at the break. And there is another Avalos tackle, but it's not going to happen until the end of a nice run put together by Ray Chicken Pedraza. And they'll put him down at the 45-yard line. Big gain there. I got that as 26 yards and a first down.
Yeah, there's they've run that off tackle here twice, and they got a pretty good hole at the line of scrimmage, and they're getting those backs into the secondary.
First down. Cougar offense led by the junior quarterback, Nash Brewer. Brewer giving instructions to his backfield mates, Ryan Kishbaugh. Now they're making some equipment adjustment. And we'll get this thing rolling. Little option flip forward. That's a pass. That's Ryan Kishbaugh on the receiving end of what turns into an, well, they're going to give him a generous spot, make it a 13-yard gain on the pass play. First down, Show Low.
Yeah, the old Tim Tebow, right? The old Urban Meyer. That little toss to the underneath guy.
Yeah, I love that play design.
You know, it gives you that same vibe as an option run, but there's no risk to it, right? Because it's a forward pass if it hits the ground.
Yeah, exactly. And I also think this. I think it is the true definition of the RPO, right? I mean, you know, a lot of times you're not really running an RPO. That it truly is. There's going to be a hold, I think, called on Armani Flores as he was trying to get a block in the backfield on Hunter Kraus. Flag comes out quickly. That'll be a hold, and they'll mark it back from the spot of the foul. So erase the attempt by Pedraza, who did a good job to step inside the defender, but his running effort is going to go for naught on that one as we bring it back on the penalty.
Well, the Blue Ridge has got him back behind the chains again. It's first and 25, and so here's a good chance for him to get a stop.
So the penalty, it takes it all the way back to the Show Low 44-yard line, and that is where Nash Brewer with an empty backfield takes the shotgun snap. Looking to throw, winds up, delivers. Kishbaugh in space, right between two defenders and almost outran a couple more. And once again, a healthy gain on this play on the pass play to Kishbaugh. Takes it to the 39-yard line of the Yellow Jackets.
Again, Kishbaugh just kind of sits down in that open spot. Looks like Blue Ridge is playing a little bit of a zone back there and makes the guy miss and turns a short gain into a pretty good one.
Got that as 27 yards on that reception. Now another big pass play deep into Yellow Jacket territory for a first down. Marker comes out way late on that play.
Yeah, they just slipped that tight end down through the middle of the field, and looks like he kind of went unnoticed for about 15 yards, and Brewer with a pretty good throw, even taking that hit. He delivered that ball in a really good spot.
So the question is Show Low going to be able to take over at about the 10-yard line?
Yeah, I know there was some extracurriculars on that tackle, and I know Show Low's had a little bit of the problem with the penalties, a little bit of a penalty bug a few games. I think the last time they played Blue Ridge, they were flagged, 15 times or something?
Okay, so they're going to let the play stand, but then mark 5 yards off at the end of the play. That's unusual because anytime something happens at the end of the play, it's almost never 5 yards. So that's one that I don't entirely understand, but
yeah, it looked like it was a sideline violation by the hand signal, but I thought those were 15-yarders as well. I'm not 100% sure there.
I got that as then a 24-yard pass play. Run it to the right side, and Ryan Kishbaugh tackled at the 8-yard line for this one, so he'll get that one inside the 10. Give Kishbaugh 6 yards on the carry this time. They can pick up a first down without scoring. 2nd down and 4 for Show Low's offense coming right up.
A really, really good lead block there by Ray Pedraza. Coming through that hole first, kind of cleared that room for Kishbaugh.
Gage Reedhead splits out to the left. And they're going to throw that direction. Into the middle of the end zone. A diving attempt made for the catch, and that is called good by the official. And Colton Tidwell has another Show Low touchdown. Show Low just keeps it going. And this time a 9-yard touchdown pass from Nash Brewer to Colton Tidwell, who did a nice job at the end of it. Laying out for it. Diving, hauling it in for the points and to extend the lead. Now they'll run the swinging gate kind of play. Throw it out left side. Pass caught. Villalba will race toward the goal line and dive in to make it a successful 2-point conversion for the Show Low Cougars. Let's grab a word in from our presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game. That's White Mountain Regional Medical Center. 8:36 on the clock here in the second quarter. 28-0. Show Low in front of Blue Ridge. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Stand by.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO, experienced physicians, and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
At the end of our broadcast, White Mountain Regional Medical Center will present the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game Award. We always bring that to you every football broadcast, every soccer game, every volleyball match, every basketball game. Coach Brogan, every basketball game that we cover.
Life got right this week. We started practicing again. So
yeah. Well, I'm going to give you that one, okay? Life got right, because here's the deal, Coach. You ever show up again in a Houston Astros hat for a broadcast, and you and I are going to have words,
That's
man.
right. One more, baby. One more.
Here's the kick. Covered up by the Yellow Jackets. Going to have the ball just outside their own 26-yard line for this new possession. Let me see this T-shirt you're wearing.
It's more than the shirt, or more than that, buddy.
Let me see this Houston Astros.
That's right. I bought this just for you.
It doesn't say anything about cheating anywhere. It doesn't say anything about if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's right.
Somebody left some text out. Coach Brogan.
I got nothing to say.
So you're a big Houston Astros guy.
Yeah, ever since I was a little boy, right?
How did that happen?
I grew up about 35 miles out of Tucson, and in the 70s and 80s, and the Astros AAA club was down in Tucson, so that was my first exposure to pro baseball.
You're talking about the Tucson Toros.
The real Tucson Toros, right?
Yep.
Back in the day, so it had some really good experiences. I got to see Nolan Ryan throw a rehab game and some stuff like that, so.
Well, listen, I have a lot of respect for the old-timey Houston Astros. That's for sure.
Well,
anybody that takes big sticks and bangs them on garbage cans, I'm not entirely sure of that. But Nolan Ryan and J.R. Richard.
J.R. Richard, yeah, I got to see J.R. Richard pitch a game. I got to see Billy Wagner throw. Mid 80s, and so got to see some really good guys come through there. And this is a great time of the year, right? Football's getting into playoffs in high school, and got World Series games going on. It's just a good time to be a sports fan.
And by the way, timeout on the field. With 8:34 remaining in the first half, the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report comes up at the break. Show Low on top right now, 28-0 in the first round of the 3A state playoffs for 2022.
I think the early season narrative on Show Low was, Brewer and Kishbaugh and a little bit of Pedraza, but if I'm not mistaken, they've had 4 different kids score tonight, and, certainly spreading the ball around. They're certainly more than just a 1 or 2 person squad.
Throw over the top. And they were looking for Hunter Kraus, but a marker down. The offense, I believe, might have had two guys in motion at the snap. So it was going to be incomplete anyway. At least if the Yellow Jackets were lucky, it was going to be incomplete. Illegal procedure, mark it back. 5 yards. Ball back to the 22-yard line to bring up first down and 15.
Yeah, it looked like Jeremy Kishbaugh, Ryan's twin, had a pretty good beat on that thing.
So if you win this game tonight, you get the opportunity to play the winner of the number 5 ranked Paradise Honors team or the number 12 Payson Longhorns. And so far, the Show Low Cougars are looking a lot like they're going to be the ones that are going to get a chance to play next week.
Yeah, and we always wanted state tournament. You're supposed to play someone that you don't know, right? That's what makes it fun and kind of special. So I'm sure they'd like to get a crack at Paradise Honors and see what that's all about.
Paradise Autos has been highly ranked most of the season. At the beginning of the season, it seems like the Arizona Republic had them very, very high in the rankings. That was, by the way, another 2-yard loss on that run from scrimmage. Pass thrown behind Elam Antonelli, trying to run a little slant, and that one goes incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like Luke just had some happy feet, and I think they got him sped up a little bit, and that ball's delivered a little behind and where he needed it to go.
Well, there's a tsunami coming at him, a green tsunami.
Yeah, it's easy up here, right, to say just stand in there and make a good throw. It's a little different when you got 3 or 4 guys running at you.
There's no doubt about it. You know, the other factor, he is a freshman, and most freshman quarterbacks get an opportunity to play against a whole lot slower pace of play and a lot less aggressiveness, as we watch Luke get absolutely destroyed. Blindside. And the guy that gets in there with the quarterback sack, that might be the old strip sack. The ball came out, I believe.
Yeah, it did. I'm waiting to see what the rule is on that.
I think he said incomplete pass. No, hold on. They're marking it way back. And the Yellow Jackets still have the football. And it's Cutter Pepper that came uncontested full speed. Armani Flores in the neighborhood as well. And somebody got to account for number 83 out there.
Yeah, you know, I actually was Cutter's coach as a freshman, and he's certainly grown and come into his own.
So you have coached Cutter as well. I've coached him myself.
Yeah, I had the joy of coaching the senior class as freshmen when they came into Show Low.
It's a pretty good punt for the Yellow Jackets. He hits at the 50 and takes a great roll into Show Low territory. They'll down the ball at the 31-yard line. Wow, that was a fantastic punt. So kudos to the Yellow Jackets on that. You see a big high five for the man that lowered the boom. Absolutely introduced Luke Berlin to big-time White Mountains football. I see what happened. The ball did come out. It was a fumble recovered by the Yellow Jackets on that sack.
Yeah, it looks like Pepper put his helmet right on the football and got that thing out.
Well, I tell you, you do not want – listen, last week, Cutter had this kind of game. He was doing that kind of stuff all night long last Thursday against the Page Sand Devils, okay? And so, tall, lanky guy like that, jersey number 83. I'm going to ask you a question. In the annals of NFL history – can you think of a guy like that coming off the edge, big, tall, lanky NFL player, wore jersey number 83? Anybody come to mind for you?
Oh, boy.
And go back a few years.
I'm drawing a blank.
How about Oakland Raiders?
I see a Raiders, right? And are we his name is...
how about Ted Hendricks?
Ted Hendricks.
We watched Carson Cooper try to deliver a stiff arm and then get tackled late out of bounds. That's going to be a gain for Carson Cooper of 19 yards as he goes out at the 40. But then they're going to put 15 more at the end of that after a late hit out of bounds. And there's some jawing going on the sideline as well toward some of those Yellow Jacket defenders. Can I see that? Can I see that replay again, guys? Let's take a look at this. Cooper trying to get that head of steam, trying to work that stiff arm. And listen, I don't think there was malicious intent by the defender, who was, by the time he was making contact, he's looking straight up in the sky. And the defensive player that made the play was Derek Avalos.
Yeah, that was. He was a step out, but I'm with you. There was nothing malicious on that. It just. Trying to make a physical play, and he had no understanding of where he was on the field at that point. It was a pretty good stiff arm by Carson Cooper. That was the negative for Carson on giving a good stiff arm. Here's the pass caught over the middle. That's going to be Colton Tidwell to the 31-yard line, and that will be first down yardage. How about 13 yards on this pass play over the middle? I'm really impressed tonight with Show Low's ability to attack the middle of the field with some of those slot receivers and tight ends. It's certainly going to add a different dynamic to that speed they have on the perimeter.
And let's just face it, if you want to go deep in the playoffs, if you want to give yourself a shot at winning a title, you've got to be able to throw the football. And that was well delivered by Brewer. He'll throw again. Swinging out to the left side, that is Jet Walker. His first catch today, battling, fighting, straight ahead, trying to stay alive, and he does pick up first down plus more yardage.
Well, that's a tough run for a freshman. That's impressive. He looks like he's tough to bring down right there.
He gets 15 yards. The ball goes to the 15 of the Yellow Jackets, and just like this, with 6:10 remaining in the first half, Show Low threatening once again. High formation behind Brewer, under center, right side. That's Jet Walker to the 10-yard line. 5-yard pickup for the freshman running back. You'll get to hear that name a lot in the next 3 seasons following this one.
Yeah, this is a great experience, right? To get to play in a state playoff game and get 5 or 10 carries is probably what he'll end up with here.
As a pure running back, I believe he's the best runner on the team. Flip it out right side to Carson Cooper, ball on the ground, and that is going to be covered up by the Yellow Jackets. I don't know if Cooper didn't quite have a beat on the ball, didn't quite see it, if he took his eye off, if he was looking up. I'm not sure what happened, and it looks like he did not have his eye on the ball. Noah Chi was right there, Elam Antonelli, the cover up for the Yellow Jackets, and the first turnover today for Show Low.
Yeah, it looked like Nash was a little indecisive on that pitch, but he still delivered it, right in his right in the hands.
So the Yellow Jackets, they get the football. They're at their own 12-yard line, and see if they can put a little string of first downs together, move the ball out from the shadow of their own goal line, and perhaps limit any further damage here in the first half. That Show Low team has been effective, and they lead 28-0 right now. Handoff. Jace Martin has it, and Jace gets folded up with a 1-yard gain out to about the 13-yard line. 2nd down 9 coming up.
Yeah, again, there's just a lot of penetration by that Show Low defensive line.
The 2nd down play now. And a timeout. The Yellow Jackets will spend a timeout here in this first half. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Hatch Toyota. The halftime report is not that far ahead here. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Intent will bring you the halftime report, everybody. As me and my broadcast partner, Mike Brogan, I am Floyd Simmons. We bring you this one in the first round of the playoffs at Show Low High School. So let's take a look here. See what lies in store. The winner of this game is going to take on Paradise Honors or Payson. Other first round 3A playoff games going on right now include Thatcher hosting Benson. Don't expect much of a challenge to Thatcher's.
Come on, go Bobcats. Yeah, that's my alma mater, baby.
That's your old school, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's where I graduated from and spent most of my life. And that's also where Coach Clough from, the Show Low assistant and Round Valley assistant last couple of years. That's where he's got his chance to be a head coach for the first year. So.
Well, I'm just going to make a prediction that there isn't a high school named after a TV butler that is going to win a playoff game in Arizona tonight.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
I'm just going to make that prediction. Thatcher's a pretty tough customer. The only undefeated team in the 3A ranks is we watch on 2nd and 9. We watch the Yellow Jackets. Commit an infraction.
And Benson's longtime 2A school, they got moved up. They've been really successful over the past 10 years. Coach Detterman did a great job down there, and they kind of had the same fate as Snowflake, and they got moved up. And now they're playing of course, Thatcher's a longtime rival, though, so.
But it also sounds like they got moved up at an inopportune time. Like they may have had a little more talent that led to the previous success. There's mass confusion for the Yellow Jackets, mass confusion. They run somebody on, get somebody off the field. I don't know what's going on. Be second down and 14. Try to swing it out to Seth Slaughter. That is incomplete. And it's going to be third down now. Third down and 14 coming up for the Yellow Jacket offense. I don't know that they could have been more confused than they were on that entire sequence.
Yeah, and they had Seth out. Seth was open out in the flats out there, and he looked like he turned in and the throw went out. But I don't know, maybe the confusion was the point of that play because, they got the receiver out there uncovered. I don't know. But
sometimes when you confuse yourself enough, you end up confusing the defense, and good things happen.
That's right.
But when I say sometimes, I really mean almost never. And now it's third down and 14 for the Yellow Jackets, and they seem to be a little bit more confused, looking to the sideline to try and get the play call. And they snap it to Berlin. He's looking immediately left, throwing the fade down the sideline. And there's contact. Markers out. There's a marker. I thought the linesman on the near side threw his flag, and I know that there's a flag thrown as well by the umpire. And that's usually going to be a hold. So if there is a marker down on this side of the field, so now I'm doubting that. Maybe I saw something else thrown. This might.
Yeah, and I think that's that's kind of the way that Blue Ridge may want to look at attacking here when you're having trouble protecting the quarterback. Sometimes just some of those go routes, 1-2, let that thing go, and maybe you'll get a pass interference or something, or you'll hit a big one.
That's a hold, by the way, on the defense. So the Yellow Jackets will get 10 yards out of it. And they'll mark it off, and they'll get a third down and much shorter opportunity with the ball. They'll step it off out across the 20-yard line, right at about the 21, and there go all the chains. I'm not sure anybody said it was a first down, but that's what they're getting. So first down for the Yellow Jackets and make it the 22-yard line. That's where Blue Ridge has it. And they're going to give it up the middle. Not a whole lot happening for the Yellow Jacket offense on that play. Straight up the gut. Seth Slaughter.
And you can see, I think 56 came in where that run was supposed to go, and he kind of had a change as that Stetson again was 3 or 4 yards deep in the backfield. It's just so difficult to run the football when they're getting that type of penetration from the defensive line.
Second down and 11 now. We are right at 4 minutes remaining in the first half of this one. Berlin, he's got some protection for a short pass caught on the far side. A couple of broken tackles and a first down. The Yellow Jackets getting a little bright spot there on the receiving end of that one. Was that familiar number 20 who's been making some plays out there. That was caught by Derek Avalos.
He's had a nice ball game. He's made a few tackles. That's a really good run after the catch, and you like to see that even though they're down 4 scores. That's really good effort.
Yeah, 12 yards, by the way, the gain on the play. Everything about that was a pretty good look for the Yellow Jackets. Now down to 3:27, trying to use as much of that play clock as they can. Seth Slaughter goes out in the left slot. Jace Esparza nearer to the formation on that side as we watch the ball go up, and it's tipped away incomplete. Ryan Kishbaugh helping to break that up on defense. No, that's Ray Pedraza on that far side at the corner spot. Pedraza becomes a kind of a target that a lot of defenses go after, and I think it's because he doesn't quite have the speed of Ryan Kishbaugh, but what he has is he's got this really kind of amazing level of football IQ out there on the field, and so he may not be as fast as Ryan Kishbaugh, but I think that he makes up for it, and he actually presents as a very fast defensive back because he's so smart back there.
Yeah, he's rarely out of position. He seems to diagnose really well what's going on. And did Cutter Pepper intercept that?
No, it was incomplete. It skipped around, bounced around. Cutter. Well,
Yeah, have yourself a ball game, right? If he gets that interception too.
Yeah. You can see the ball tipped there. Well, hold on a second
He did get that, didn't he?
Hold on a second. I don't think they can review that one, but let's take a look. I believe that Cutter protected it. He got under that.
That's a heck of a play by a defensive end, isn't it?
I think that was a legit interception for Cutter Pepper that won't stand. course, that's a tough one for the officials to see, and they don't have them all over the place. They don't have guys everywhere in those striped shirts, but it sure looks like an interception on the replay, doesn't it?
Sure does. And
good look from our guys, and down the right sideline it goes, and out of bounds for Elam Antonelli. That's incomplete on the.
You sure like the way the Show Low defense is put together. They, between Stetson and Cutter controlling that defensive line, then they force you to throw the ball a little bit. But when you're throwing the ball, then you got to start attacking Pedraza and Kishbaugh and Brewer, and that's a tough ask.
So that incomplete pass brings up 4th down, 4th and 10. Jay Spartan has actually punted the ball nicely a couple of times, and he is not. This is the first game I've seen him back there at all this year, and he's going to get another one away. That's not bad. It's a knuckleball. It's low, and it's fielded, and that's going to give an opportunity for a return. That is Ryan Kishbaugh at his finest down the right side. You won't touch him. That's a Show Low touchdown. There is a marker down on the far side of the field, so might be coming back, but for the moment anyway, electrifying run by Ryan Kishbaugh.
Yeah, he hits that seam so quick.
How much fun is it to return a ball like that and be so fast, especially in comparison to the team you're playing, that you aren't even touched?
Yeah, I don't even think there was an attempt even made to touch him. Like he was, and you can see all the angles. You can get a really good sense of his speed by those angles those defenders are taking.
It was a holding penalty, by the way, on Show Low, so that comes all the way back. They threw the flag at about the 43-yard line, so they put it back at the 48-yard line of Show Low.
If any of you Snowflake girls are listening, I told you I'd complain about Mr. Hewish making a bad call, and there it was on that holding. Hopefully everybody understands that's tongue-in-cheek. That's a joke. Aaron, one of the officials' daughters, plays on our Snowflake basketball team. I told her I'd make sure I get her dad for her tonight.
You were looking for an opportunity.
We were looking for an opportunity to get on Aaron.
Presented itself right there.
That's right.
Well, that Show Low is going to do everything they can, take advantage of what might be the final time we see the entire offense assembled, the starting offense. They might play the third quarter, I don't know, but at the same time, we might not see a lot of Nash Brewer in the third period, not a lot of Ryan Kishbaugh on that offense. And so I would imagine these guys are going to go all out here in the final 2:51, try to get some more points on the board. Right now, Show Low leads 28-0 in this opening round playoff game. Show Low taking on the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets in this one. And it's going swimmingly for the Cougars.
Yeah, I guess Nash is the only one who hasn't scored yet, right? I guess he's got the 2 touchdown throws, but usually he's good for a rushing touchdown or 2.
Well, I would guess that you may have jinxed the Yellow Jacket defense with that one. I think
Nash may get one here, huh?
Nash might be thinking about that very thing right now. He's going to go out there in the shotgun with an empty backfield. The officials are talking. Are they talking to Coach Hathcock on the Yellow Jacket sideline, or where's the conference taking place? I guess it's right there in the middle of the field. The referee, who is Greg Chavez Jr., and the umpire are talking it over, discussing it. Now Greg will go over to the Yellow Jacket sideline and discuss whatever the issue is with the Blue Ridge coach. That's Jeremy Hathcock.
My guess is they're probably discussing that holding penalty. Is it a spot of the foul, or is it at the point of the catch? And that's about the only question I would have, I guess. But looks like they marked it off from the spot of the hold. But if that hold happens before the punt's received, it should go back to the point of reception.
The referee is Greg Chavez Jr. He is going to come out and signal it. Well, he already did signal it. Now he just gave the explanation to the Yellow Jackets. The line judge is Curtis Rutherford, the head linesman Quentin Hayes. The umpire is Aaron Hewish. And I'll give you that final official as we watch the ball go up the middle. Is that Ray Chicken Pedraza carrying the football? I think it was. Or was it Jed Walker? Maybe it was Jed. 14 yards gained straight up the middle. It was. It was Ryan Kishbaugh carrying the football. Pardon me on that.
And Show's right up to the line of scrimmage and going again. I'm really impressed with the pace they play, and they get the defense on their heels. They just keep coming.
First down play, quick throw right side toward the sideline. That's going to skip right in between everybody. Villalba was there, but it was short of him. Tidwell was in the vicinity as well, so I'm not entirely sure who they were targeting. I think Tidwell, but that is incomplete. I want to mention the final of the officials, the five-man crew tonight. Mentioned Greg Chavez Jr., Curtis Rutherford, Quentin Hayes, Aaron Hewish, and the back judge is Greg Chavez Sr. So father and son working the crew tonight.
And Greg Sr. is one of the world's best guys, isn't he?
Absolutely. And since these two guys are busy working, I'm guessing there's a reasonable chance that Seth Chavez, the son of Greg Jr. and the grandson of Greg Sr., that he might be tuned into the broadcast. Way out.
Yeah, I've heard Seth
way out on the East Coast. Here's a great run straight up the middle. Jet Walker. Got him in the spin cycle halfway through, and he turns that into a big gain. Nicely done by Jet Walker. Let's see where they mark him down. Yeah, we're going to make it an 18-yard gain to the 20-yard line for Jets. We'll talk about Seth again here in just a little bit. He is a terrific baseball player with a very good chance he might get drafted by a Major League Baseball team. Here's a give up the middle. Chicken. Pedraza, Ray Pedraza takes it in 20 yards for the Show Low touchdown.
And that quick hitting inside trap, and Ray got to the second level pretty quick and kind of ran away from the safety in there.
Ray Pedraza has found the end zone now for a second time today, right? I believe that Ray had one.
No, I think that's his first. I think Colton and Jet and Ryan and Villalba, Sergio.
Point after is up and good. And this lead grows for the Show Low Cougars. They lead right now 35-0. Let's get this word in from Summit Healthcare, everybody. You're listening to and watching the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Summit Healthcare Orthopedics welcomes Curtis Ellsworth, DO. Dr. Ellsworth received his Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine from Midwestern University in Glendale, Arizona. He completed his orthopedic surgery residency at Research Medical Center in Kansas City, Missouri. Dr. Ellsworth is accepting new patients. Summit Healthcare Orthopedics, 4951 White Mountain Road in Show Low, 928-537-6700.
No matter the occasion, large, small, or just because, the Bloomhouse Floral Designs, located in Pine Top, will create the perfect bouquet to capture your moment perfectly. Offering the widest selection of beautiful and unique floral designs and accents, the Bloomhouse serves as your personal creation expert. We are open to serve you Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 till 4. Same day and rush deliveries are available. Stop by or order online at bloomhouseflorals.com.
The Cougars will deliver the ball again to the Yellow Jackets, but they do so with a 35-0 lead. That was a 4-play scoring possession for the Cougars a moment ago. Covered 52 yards in just 53 seconds. Ray Pedraza, 20-yard touchdown run to finish things off. There's another nice return by Elam Antonelli. No, sorry about that. This time it's Seth Slaughter. Didn't mean to give Seth's credit away. It's just that middle wedge. You always think number 5. You always think Elam Antonelli, and that was a tough running return by Seth to give his team possession at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Blue Ridge is one of the better kick returning teams that we've seen this year. Pretty simple, right? Just that middle wedge, but make a few blocks and run hard. You got a chance.
Can the Yellow Jackets get maybe a little bright spot to their first half here with certainly enough time, a minute 51, but can they move the ball down the field, get some points on the board? They've got 57 yards in front of them. And Berlin's going to throw that wide receiver screen, and he hung Seth Slaughter out to dry a little bit. Seth able to bring the ball in, but Once again, these teams are reading that, and there's Ray Pedraza. Chicken Pedraza making the play right there. Read it all the way, and the only chance you have to make that play go, Mike, is you've got to deliver the ball where it needs to be. It's got to be down at chest level and give your guy a chance to catch and run and cut quickly.
Yeah, he's got to kind of catch that in motion and get to the right spot, because especially when you got in a corner as aggressive as Ray is, who's kind of chasing that thing in.
Quite sure he has watched a lot of film on the Yellow Jacket offense, who will now move to more of a shotgun type but double wing set and hand it off. And there's everybody. Easton Pena led the way. They got right on top of Seth Slaughter, and he ends up losing, looks like about 6 yards on that play. Timeout, Show Low. They want to preserve some time. They want some time on the clock, get the ball back here if they can before the half gets to us. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report is on the way, everybody, but that play, a 6-yard loss.
There was a flag on the play as well. Not sure what, I don't know. I mean, it's usually in the area of a hold, but I don't know who held because everybody got through.
Still waiting, and they wave off the flag. So the 6-yard loss will stand as it is. The ball is back to the 37-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. And Show Low now exercises that timeout. Well, let's look again through the bracket. We'll cover it again for you here at halftime. At the top of the bracket for the 3A state playoffs, number 1 Thatcher versus number 16 Benson. Also going on right now, number 8 Valley Christian against number 9 Mojave. Valley Christian, a little bit of a fall from grace for a team that was the preseason number 1 in most people's minds. They just have not lived up to the promise. I do think they're going to handle Mojave pretty handily, but if they do, they get to take on, in all likelihood, the Thatcher Eagles, number 1 seed in the second round. Also in that top half of the bracket, number 5 Paradise Honors against number 12 Payson. That game going on right now. You've got this game here, number 4 Show Low against number 13 Blue Ridge. The bottom half of the bracket features number 3 Push Ridge, and they are legit. They're taking on number 14 ALA of West Foothills. You've got number 6 Round Valley playing at the Dome right now against number 11 Florence. Number 7 Sabino battling number 10 Santan Foothills right now. And the number 2 seeded team, and a team that here at Sports Zone Radio, we've got some on our team, our members of our broadcast team think Eastmark is the best team in 3A football. They're the number 2 seed, and they're taking on number 15 Monument Valley right now. And a 3rd down and 15 for the Jackets. They split Jake Esparza way out left. He's out there alone in man coverage. There's a Seth Slaughter got open down the right sideline. He beat the defender on that side of the field. He just blew by that defender, but the Luke Berlin pass. Luke has been guilty of underthrowing receivers a lot. This time he overthrows his receiver on that side of the field.
Yeah, it looked like Cutter Pepper again came in and maybe changed the trajectory of that throw a little bit.
I think that Cutter Pepper, just his mere presence, probably had a lot to do with why the ball was overthrown. 4th down and 14 after that incomplete pass, and Jace Barton will kick another one. He's getting some good bounces. He gets a little rollout from that sand wedge of his, and that one's going to be down to about the 29-yard line of Show Low with 40 seconds remaining in the half.
I guess Show Low will get a chance to work on late quarter offense, late half, late game offense here and see what they can put one together. 40 seconds.
The Yellow Jackets have turned the ball over once here in the first half. They threw an interception. Cutter Pepper was the guy on the Show Low defense that stole that pass. Outside of that, it's been a punt fiesta. So
if I'm Blue Ridge here, I'm certainly wanting to mark Kishbot here in this slot.
Nash Brewer, and he fumbled the football. He was taking it back to launch it deep. They were kind of everybody running to go down the field, and Nash just dropped the ball. He had to cover it up. It's technically I don't think that's a quarterback sack. And Aiden Olgin was the guy they got there, got on top of Nash, almost got the recovery for the Yellow Jackets, to be honest, and they lose 10 yards on the play.
See if Show Low's going to take a late timeout here, or if they're just going to let it go to half.
4 seconds, 3 seconds. Yeah, the Cougars decide in the essence of sportsmanship, let it run out, let the half finish, and take a 35-0 lead into halftime. What a first half put together by Show Low. Carlo Hernandez, the head coach, and his guys have certainly got it together. And we're going to grab a quick timeout, everybody. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report is on the way. Don't go anywhere, whatever you do. 35-0, Show Low in front of Blue Ridge. First round of the 3A state playoffs, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. We're back to break it down in just a few moments. Stand by.
This is Chaz Hatch. I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
Chaz has been saying that since 2009. The Hatch Toyota team price checks against other dealers to make sure we're offering the best value. But if you come in with a bona fide offer that's lower than what we have on the window, we'll honor it. Our product specialists will show you around, help you with a test drive, and work with you to find the perfect vehicle that fits your lifestyle and budget. They aren't on commission, so they aren't under pressure to sell. With the largest inventory in the White Mountains, Hatch Toyota carries all makes and models of cars, minivans, crossovers, trucks, and sport utilities from all the major manufacturers. Come see us today. Hatch Toyota at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and at hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 32 years.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. Get our statewide low price guarantee on every new Toyota. Find out more at hatchtoyota.com or visit us today at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Show Low.
Offers on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO, experienced physicians, and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
We've got a cool deal for you at Naked Mobile. Get the Samsung A11 smartphone free when you activate just 1 month of our 60-gigabyte plan. Starting at $75 per month. Switch to Naked Mobile and get the free Samsung Galaxy A11 smartphone with 60 gigabytes of high-speed LTE data each month, and you can use your data as a hotspot. We've got you covered with unlimited nationwide talk and text and coverage on America's fastest networks. No contract, no credit check, no hidden fees. Get your free Samsung A11 smartphone at any Cellular One store near you or at nakedmobile.com.
The holidays are here, and you could probably use some extra cash. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is giving away $500 cash. Not once, not twice, but every week now through Christmas. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is known for having great incentives like dinners and movies, full-service car washes, or $100 in window tint. But did you know all of our technicians are certified by the National Auto Glass Safety Council? Why? Because auto glass is a major factor in your vehicle's collision support. And because your family's safety is our #1 priority. And whether you've been naughty or nice, you'll get a chance to win $500 cash given away each week now through Christmas. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cash back. Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Welcome back in Sports Zone Nation to the first round of the 3A state playoffs in 2022. And the number 4 ranked, 4th seeded Show Low Cougars have a 35-0 lead over number 13 Blue Ridge as we bring you back in here to Show Low Ford Stadium and our breakdown at halftime, the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report. Welcome back, everybody. Floyd Simmons and my partner tonight, Mike Brogan. Mike, thank you for manning up and well, I'll say it in language you can understand. Thank you for bearing down and joining us on the broadcast.
Bear down, baby.
Tonight. And you won't hear me say that very often.
No.
You know, Mike.
I think I could smell the vomit coming out of your mouth. Sorry for the
graphic
picture for everybody else out there.
Nature. Yeah. Well, listen, man. I mean, I don't know. I didn't realize that in the world of sports, you and I could not be almost any more opposite. You and your love for the Houston Astros, who, you know, I didn't hate the Astros until 2017, and now I truly despise Houston. I'm not kidding, Mike. I despise the Astros so much. I refuse to watch any of the World Series. I haven't watched one single pitch.
You're missing a good one, buddy.
I'm sure I am. And I say that sarcastically. And not only that, but I just do not have a lot of fondness for the U of A either. As a guy who staunchly supports the ASU Sun Devils, I don't know what to tell you, man.
I don't even know what to say about that either. I don't know anybody can staunchly support that group right now, but it certainly is flipped. It's flipping from the last 2 years, though, ain't it?
Listen, it's not like I'm bragging on them, okay? Because I won't brag on the Sun Devils right now.
Oh, there's not a whole lot to be proud of for college football in the state of Arizona, is there?
There's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. I'd like to see something. Show me something, somebody, okay? Sun Devils, Wildcats, Lumberjacks. Somebody show me something, right? Halftime here, the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report, everybody. 35-0. Show Low in front of the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets in this playoff matchup. And we do have a couple of other scores that might be interesting to note for you. Well, first of all, got a score for you from down in the Southeast Valley. That's part of town is Poston Butte. That is Santan?
Yeah, I think they're Santan. I think they're either Chandler or Florence School District. But they're out that neck of the woods.
Yeah, they're in that same school district with Florence Coolidge, right?
Yeah.
That group, because I remember that Paul Morrow at one time I think was that region, that school district athletic director, if I'm not mistaken, and that was while he was at Poston Butte. Anyway, it's a pretty good Poston Butte team, and the Snowflake Lobos have a 21-7 halftime lead over Poston. So that's good news, Snowflake fans. A game featuring the number 3 Poston Butte Bronx and the number 5 ranked Snowflake Lobos. The Lobos hoping with just this and one more regular season game left in the 4A ranks that they get at least one home playoff game. But in the Lobos might get themselves 2 home playoff opportunities, Mike. And let me just tell you, they're likely to play a team from an elevation far lower than Snowflake. And the cold weather I don't know why it's not going to prevail for the next several weeks, and Snowflake might have a massive, massive advantage when it comes to these playoff games if they get to host a couple.
Yeah, it'll be 2 weeks later, right? Because they're still 2 weeks from starting their state playoff now that they've been moved up to the 4A. So you could be looking December. They could be playing up on the mountain. Oh.
Yeah, think about it for a minute, right? We've had some cold games. This is a cold one tonight. I remember the Ice Bowl way back in the early 90s. Snowflake played back in those days in a couple of different games where there was ice on the field. One was, I can't remember the one, Patrick Austin always reminds me of it. There was another one, Snowflake played Blue Ridge on a night that was just icy and cold, and Blue Ridge was the big favorites. But Snowflake was able to keep it real close because of the icy conditions on the field. And you might see some of that coming up in the next few weeks with Snowflake a potential of hosting a couple of playoff games. This is a big game tonight for the Lobos, playing with a new quarterback. Brendan Bryant has taken over as the guy to throw the ball around for the Lobos, and they've got that halftime lead right now over Poston Butte. Mike, I think you've got a report from the Round Valley Dome, don't you?
Yeah, I got a couple scores coming in here. Round Valley's up 12-0 at half. And then for our neighbors up to the north in Holbrook, Holbrook's up 22-0 at halftime of their first round game at state as well.
22-0 lead for the mighty Road Runners. I may have started a little bit of, I went to high school in Holbrook, Mike. I'm a mighty Road Runner myself. And I may have started a little something, though I got a lot of good positive feedback on the Facebook last night.
I saw that.
So did you see any of the game? Did you see the Houston Texans playing last night?
Everything in me wants to say yeah until I saw those ugly uniforms and turned it off. But I won't steal your thunder on that. I did. Well, because it was at the same time as the World Series game, I didn't see more than 3 or 4 snaps. But.
Okay. Well, okay, so they played last night, and obviously I was not watching the World Series game.
That's right.
I did watch some of that Houston Texans game last night, and the Texans were, and I don't know if they've ever worn those uniforms before, but they had a variation of the shade of red that they've got, and the helmets were this amazing deep red and with the glossy finish, and I just thought it was a great looking uniform. I liked it so much. And I have just really for a long time, I'm going to be honest with you, for a long time I've been hoping that the Holbrook Roadrunners would change their uniform to something that was just a little more modern and a little bit better. And so I put that out there on the Facebook, and I didn't know what I was going to get back. I thought I might really offend a lot of Roadrunner people, but Roadrunner country was pretty receptive to it, really, to be honest with you. Very positive response about the idea that if Holbrook might think about a uniform change, those ones looked pretty good last night.
Yeah, Greg Perkins, if you're listening, AD out there at Holbrook, it might be time for a change.
Let's go, Greg.
That's right.
I'll tell you what Sports on Radio will do. Sports on Radio will buy one helmet. They're not cheap.
No, they're
not cheap. But we'll contribute to the guy. We'll buy one helmet. Okay.
That's right. I can probably change your. I don't have good enough internet, but that red reminded me of the Arizona Wildcat red that they've mixed into that new uniform, so that may
a little bit
temper your enthusiasm a little bit on that color scheme.
You can make a reference all you want, Mike. I'm just going to assume it's Houston Texan red.
There you go.
I'll make that assumption. But anyway, so there was that last night. Congratulations, at least for a first half. The Roadrunners leading 22-0. Holbrook in front in their playoff game. The Roadrunners looking to advance. And with the potential, by the way, of playing a home game, if St. John's can pull it off, if St. John's can pull off the upset, they're taking on Wilcox, and that's going to be
they're down in Wilcox, right? Yeah.
Very tall order. Wilcox is a pretty good football team, man. St. John's can win that game, and Holbrook holds on to their lead, and they win. Guess what? St. John's and Holbrook play again next week, and that would be at Holbrook.
Yeah, I work with one of the coaches on the Holbrook staff, and he was. We were talking about whether would you rather play St. John's again with all the history that they have, and maybe some of those kids, they got a different opinion of St. John's. They remember all the beatings they've taken from St. John's over the years, or would you like to go to Wilcox and play that road game? And Wilcox is the one who knocked them out of the state tournament last year, and so you got a little bit of get evens if you can get down to Wilcox again, or you can play an old-time nemesis, right, with St. John's.
We do have a halftime score for you in the Paradise Honors versus Payson game. Paradise Honors with a halftime lead, 20-14 over Payson. You mentioned that might be one of the few games in the first round that doesn't get to a running clock, and you know what? You're just about right on that. I mean, that thing is staying tight, staying close. What a game. What a game. Payson well within reach of Paradise Honors and a chance to upset the number 5 team in the bracket. If Payson were to win that game, they would play the winner of this game here. And the Show Low Cougars, who are in front 35-0 right now at halftime, look to cruise to a win tonight and will be at home again next week. And as much as I want Show Low to have full advantage of the elements and the home field advantage of playing in the cold, especially if it's Paradise Honors, who I cannot imagine would be all that prepared mentally to play psychologically to play in this game here tonight. All right, there's no snow coming down. That was yesterday. But it's, what is it now? It's got to be around 29, 30 degrees.
When I looked, it was 30, but it sure feels 25.
Yeah, the temperature is going to continue to drop as the night goes on. The lovely Sonia Simmons, our statistician, is doing everything she can to stay, not freeze to death is really what I'm talking about. How you doing over there, Fernando? Our technical director, Fernando Quintana, says he's doing A-okay. He's hanging in there. So anyway, that's what's going on. Paradise Honors with the halftime lead right now. But that game with Payson, that is anybody's yet to win. We'll follow that closely in the second half here of this one. Find out who the Show Low Cougars or Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, tonight's winner of this game, will be playing next week. And Round Valley had a lead. You said 12-0
at halftime.
12-0 over the Florence Gophers. So that game is within reach for sure as well. Tough place for a team to come in and get a win is at the Round Valley Dome. Always has been, just always will be. I want to look at the scoring real quick for you in this one here on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Show Low scored points on their very first possession. They went on a 9-play, 60-yard drive to open up the scoring, and at 6:42 on the clock in the first quarter, Nash Brewer, the quarterback for Show Low, hooked up with Sergio Villalba on a 33-yard touchdown pass. The point after was good. Show Low got out to a 7-0 lead. They promptly intercepted the first pass of the next Blue Ridge possession. That was Cutter Pepper, who's had a great first half in this one. A couple of quarterback sacks. A lot of pressure on the quarterback throughout the night. That interception that we talked about, and another one we believe that was an interception that he didn't get credit for. Cutter Pepper, great first half defensive performance by that young man. And his interception set up the second Show Low score. They took over with a short field at the Yellow Jacket 42-yard line, and 5 plays later, they got into the end zone. Ryan Kishpai, a 4-yard touchdown run for Show Low. The kick was no good this time, and it was 13-0 Show Low in front. The next time the Cougars got the ball, it didn't take them long to score. They got another short field after a very short Yellow Jacket punt. Took over at the Blue Ridge 38-yard line, and on the very first play from scrimmage, Jet Walker took off on a 38-yard touchdown run. Nobody touched him. Got into the end zone. The kick was good. Show Low led 20-0. Fast forward to the next Show Low possession. This time it was a 7-play scoring drive that covered 92 yards with some big chunk yardage in the middle of all of that. And right at the end of the whole thing with 8:36 on the clock in the second quarter, Nash Brewer connected with Colton Tidwell on a 9-yard touchdown pass. Good diving catch by Colton to get that score. The 2-point conversion was good, and that made it 28-0 Show Low in front. The Yellow Jackets haven't had a lot of highlights in this one, but they were able to get a fumble recovery by Noah Chi. Set them up with an opportunity, but unable to cash it in. They punted it away, and Show Low got it back for another scoring opportunity. They went on a 4-play, 52-yard drive with Ray Pedraza running it in from 20 yards out. The kick was good to make it 35-0 with 1:58 remaining in the first half. And that is our halftime score, everybody. 35-0. Show Low in front of Blue Ridge. Teams are back from the locker room. And they're getting ready to start the second half. So let's grab a word in from our presenting sponsors of the halftime report. That's Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Back with the second half in just a moment. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
The holidays are here, and you could probably use some extra cash. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is giving away $500 cash. Not once, not twice, but every week now through Christmas. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is known for having great incentives like dinners and movies, full-service car washes, or $100 in window tint. But did you know all of our technicians are certified by the National Auto Glass Safety Council? Why? Because auto glass is a major factor in your vehicle's collision support. And because your family's safety is our #1 priority. And whether you've been naughty or nice, you'll get a chance to win $500 cash given away each week now through Christmas. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cash Back. Woohoo!
Hi, everybody. This is Sports Zone Radio's Floyd Simmons. Here at the Sports Zone, we are proud to offer award-winning sports coverage. We spend countless hours and miles on the road for our digital radio broadcasts, live video productions, and exhausting hours editing the best video content in the market. If you're a coach or athletic director, talk to us about shooting your school or team's photography. I guarantee you, no one will work harder to do it better. Contact us for pricing and samples. The number to call is 928-358-7905. That's 928-358-7905.
Well, let's get back to it, everybody. Welcome back to Show Low Ford Stadium and the second half of this opening 3A state playoff football game. Show Low and Blue Ridge. An onside attempt for the Yellow Jackets is covered up by the Cougar coverage team. I'm watching number 83 come limping off. That's Cutter Pepper up there on that Good Hands team up front. Gingerly running off the field. Let's hope he's okay. He has been a dominant force for this team. Last couple of games out. And he looks okay, just limping a little bit. Looks like he's in good spirits. And the second half gets underway on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. And we welcome you back in, everybody. 35-0, the Cougars in front. They've got the ball to start this second half. And we'll see what they do personnel-wise with the game firmly in control. Looks like the starting offense in its totality is out there on the field. They'll fake it. And Nash Brewer's trying to find a seam to run up the middle. He is going to get to midfield, right to the 50-yard line. This possession beginning, a short field possession for Show Low. They're on 45-yard line. So there's a 5-yard gain. Second down and 5 coming right up.
Yeah, it's either they'll get them a possession here in the second half or, potentially they could be looking at just trying to get something on film maybe for a future opponent, right, to make them spend a little extra time preparing for something maybe you don't really want to run. But
second down. Brewer delivers quickly. Colton Tidwell, and he is going to drag Jace Brewer for a bit and then get popped at the end of it. Boy, he got hit hard, and there's a late flag out from the referee, and I think we're going to get a helmet-to-helmet call here. That should be about a 10-yard gain. Tidwell is helped up off the turf, and they'll bring him to the sideline, and he does look like he's a little bit woozy after that.
Oh, that looks like that shot caught him right in the chin. I do have an update from the Benson Thatcher game if anybody's interested. It's 48-7 at half, so it'll be a tough night for the Bobcats, I guess.
48-7.
Yeah.
And they are going to tack on 15 yards at the end of that 10-yard pass play to Colton Tidwell on the helmet-to-helmet contact. And let's keep an eye on Colton Tidwell. They're looking him over on the sideline. They're giving him a little, going with the concussion protocol just to make sure he is okay. And we'll get a whistle. Looks like the defense was offside, and it was, and another 5 yards to add to that. So already the second half for the Yellow Jackets beginning in probably the exact opposite way that Coach Jeremy Hathcock would be hoping for his guys. So mark it off 5, the ball at the 19-yard line of Blue Ridge. Show Low's got the football, first down at 5, and they're going to go right to the air, throw it out right side, and the pass is caught by Jet Walker for a first down and a little bit more. It's a gain of 7 yards. That'll move the chains.
I've been impressed with Nash Brewer's accuracy tonight. A lot of balls delivered on time and really easy spots to catch the ball for the Cougar wide receivers.
It was a good tackle at the end of it. Trenton Trickey is the guy that came over on the sideline to knock Jet Walker out of bounds. Both those guys freshmen, by the way. And here's a pass. Look at that. Nice move, dipping inside the defender. Is that Ryan Kishbaugh taking it in? It was, and that's a touchdown from 12 yards out. The second time today that Kishbaugh has found the end zone. Did I say 7 yards on that? I did, didn't I? 7 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Cougars' success with the football continues. They have a 12-yard touchdown. Cougars have scored on all but one possession, if you don't count them running out the clock on the final 40 seconds of the first half. And we'll get a whistle. Hey, listen, the Cougars are getting a little bit of Cougar Nation over here is getting a little bit of the old Blue Ridge disease, which is that, the Yellow Jackets used to have so much success playing football, and they would always have such a big lead that the Yellow Jacket fans would be sitting on their hands by about the latter reaches of the second quarter. We watched Nash Brewer try to flip the ball out to get 2 points, and I think it's going to work out. He got in there.
Oh, let's hope so, right? Because that's the point that gets us to the running clock. I guess I shouldn't say that, but it's awfully cold. So.
You trying to get out of here?
Yeah, I had many a night where we get the lead up to 25 or 28 in basketball games, and sometimes that 30th point was awfully hard to get. But
yeah, I'm sure of it. Well, they get the 2, and so we're at 43-0. We'll get that running clock then from this point forward. You watch. Nice job, little stiff arm there, and Ryan Kishbaugh takes it in. It's a 12-yard touchdown pass, and there's a look at our broadcast location. I'll give a little wave. There's Mike. I'm Floyd. Here's the lovely Sonia Simmons underneath the winter parka. Right to her left is our technical director, Fernando Quintana. That's the nuts and bolts of our broadcast crew right there. And I like that good-looking Sports Zone Radio canopy right there. Look at that. Look at that bad boy. It's a beauty. Whoever came up with that thing deserves a bonus.
I guess if you could have a heater put in somewhere in that thing, then you'd have the home run.
Okay, well, I was going to give that man a bonus, and then you just reminded me that he may have fallen a little bit short. All right. Let's see. A 12-yard touchdown pass to Ryan Kishbaugh from Nash Brewer. Comes at 10:52 on the clock here in this third quarter. And a high kickoff that is fielded by the Yellow Jackets, and a little speed on the far sideline, driven out of bounds on the Yellow Jacket sideline right at the 49-yard line. It'll be first down for the Yellow Jackets. Well, at least one man out there has decided to keep on playing this football game. That's a very nice return for Blue Ridge. I know we'd all like to know who that is, and the Yellow Jackets maybe playing a little game of deception, deciding not to update the online roster. So, all right, no biggie. They're going to mark it right at the 50-yard line.
And I think tonight that's been kind of the strong point of their game. Their kick return game has been really solid tonight.
Handoff goes up the middle. That's Jace Barton, and Barton is going to get 2 yards on the play. Not much going on there.
It does look like defensively Show Low's got the good number of subs in the game at this point now. So great experience for those youngsters and second teamers to get in a state game. They'll get some substantial playing time tonight as well.
Second down and 8 for the Yellow Jackets. They take a trip into Show Low territory. Low snap, picked up, throw quickly, right side. That's going to be a jump ball, and Elam Antonelli fights back to the football. I believe that's going to be pass interference on the defender. As Antonelli was trying to work his way back to the ball, he was making a play on the ball, and the defender was only late in that effort did he get his head around. So the marker came out. you would expect that to be pass interference on the defense.
Yep. I think, Luke's probably glad he doesn't have to see Cutter and Stetson coming at him for the rest of the night, huh?
Yeah, a little bit of a relief. That is for sure. 15-yard mark off. That is a first down for the Jackets. That'll go to the 33-yard line. However, I will say this: if Blue Ridge threatens right here, I would expect Show Low to put their starters or some of them back on the field. That's normally what they do if they're pitching a shutout late in the game. They do work hard at trying to preserve that. So it's possible we may not have seen them, or seen the last of those guys. A little back shoulder fade on the far sideline. That pass goes incomplete.
And I think here, right, as Blue Ridge now, you kind of know the game's, maybe out of reach for you a little bit, but certainly want to finish this game on a positive note and make a couple of positive plays here and take something in the off season for these young kids to, kind of jumpstart some next year, some enthusiasm, some things like that.
Yellow Jackets are content to let a lot of time run off the clock here. 40-second play clock. They'll run 3 receivers out on the left side. And throw over the middle. Wide open. Pop pass. Catch made. Touchdown. Jay Spartan on the receiving end of the Yellow Jackets' first score tonight.
A really nice play there. I think they kind of took some of that attention with the trips out here to this left side and snuck that, if he came from the tight end spot or out of the backfield, kind of in up that slot. Nice throw and catch.
Took the Yellow Jackets a bit of time to get their first points today, and it certainly was aided by the Cougars' decision to pull some of those starters off the field. There's a lot of contact now on the kicker as it goes up. Reed Granillo is that place kicker for the Yellow Jackets. The kick was good. Marker is out, and they're going to mark off a roughing the kicker penalty on the ensuing kickoff here in just a moment. So let's grab a word in from our good friends at Cellular One. The second half underway on this, the Sports on Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota, 43-7. That's the Show Low lead. We're back right after this.
Attention! Did you know that you may be eligible to receive a free data plan with 60 gigabytes of LTE data to use as a hotspot every month? If you live on tribal lands and are on a government assistance program like WIC, SNAP, Lifeline, Pell Grants, or Medicaid, Cellular One can help. Just ask for the Cellular One ACP plan. It comes with unlimited data and a 60 gigabyte LTE data hotspot. Get your free ACP plan at any Cellular One store today. ACP is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only. Non-transferable. Limited to 1 line per household.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
Back to the action here at Show Low High School, everybody. Floyd Simmons, along with my broadcast partner tonight, Mike Brogan, Esquire. Mike Brogan. Mike, you and I are about the same age, right?
Yeah,
Did
pretty
we
close.
determine that?
Yeah, what are we, early 30s? What, somewhere in that ballpark?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a graduate of high school in 1989.
Okay, so you're about 3 years younger than I am. So you must be 51. Here's a kick.
So glad you said younger.
Kick through the end zone, and a touchback for Show Low's offense. Let's see if Nash Brewer comes out. He was on that return team, but he is not going to be out there for this offensive series coming up. Ray Chicken Pedraza will take over at quarterback for Show Low at their own 20-yard line. So you and I, still spry young men in our early 50s. By the way, our friend John from the White Mountain Independent, who is going to be moving away here soon. John Do you know John?
I know John, yeah.
Yeah.
Good guy.
You realize that John, I don't think he would mind me saying this, he is 77 years old.
Yeah,
he does not look a day over 51 like you.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
You know, he was certainly came out to most every of our basketball games last year. Is really active, and that's impressive. I would never have guessed he was 77.
No doubt about it. There's a 1-yard gain, by the way, on that carry for the Cougars to bring up 2nd down and 9. The 4th-ranked Show Low Cougars taking on number 13 Blue Ridge. Looks like the Cougars are going to put a punctuation mark at the end of the Yellow Jacket season in this one tonight. Dump pass out near side to Jet Walker. Boy, that was a big hit at the end of it, and I think did that bring a marker out? I don't know. I couldn't tell. Something flew out right there at the end of that play. It might have been somebody's equipment. Watch this. Look at Jet. Jet got popped pretty hard, and he kept his feet.
Was that like he got the better of it too, right? Like that's it's an impressive run for a young.
But to take a pop like that and stay on your feet, I mean, he didn't even get staggered really. That was pretty good, both ends of it. That was a couple of bull elk coming up on each other that time. By the way, a gain of 12 yards on that last play, and there goes Pedraza. He gets wrapped up and gets summarily knocked to the ground by a brand new frontline defender. Elam Antonelli's normally a cornerback, and for this game, because they had a player quit on him this week, they had to shift some guys around. He ended up playing defensive end, and he's a cornerback, this guy.
That was a great play there. He got some penetration, made a good read on where the football was, and able to make a play in the backfield. It's a great job.
It ends up being it looks like a 3-yard loss on that last play. And the Cougars will throw the football. Pedraza, a little crossing route, had him met wide open, and he turns with a lot of field in front of him and slips. Is that Colton Tidwell? Tidwell, remember, he got popped earlier tonight, and it looks like Colton's okay, and they get him back out there on the field to keep him in the action, and there's a catch. Now, what you can't see on that look is just how wide open the field was in front of Colton. Boy, he wishes he had that one back again. 5-yard gain.
Yeah, that old grass monster got him from somewhere, wherever he was. But there was no one in front of him. He had a good chance of scoring on that one.
Is that Tidwell split to the right? I believe it is. Well, actually, Colton is. Yeah, he was. No, that was Gage Reedhead. I'm not sure where Colton is. Tuck it. Pedraza. Little speed down that sideline, and he gets just pushed out by Seth Slaughter to keep this one from turning into a dagger of a run. There's a marker out there. Some whistles blowing.
That'll be that block in the back. So we saw that Yellow Jacket defender come flying into the picture here at the end. Right here. Unless they get a crack back possibly on that. You know, I guess back when we played, that was a block that we were encouraged to make, right? Like, you wanted to peel off and kind of catch somebody with their head turned the wrong way, but they call the crack back on that now, and it's good for player safety and things like that. It's certainly.
So they mark it from the spot. It was a 17-yard gain, which we're going to let stand in the books here for Pedraza. And then they'll mark it all the way back to make it 3rd down and 5. Yeah, you know, back when you and I played, and we used to constantly be there on the sideline with the trainer with this little air.
Well, right,
this little air pump.
Our concussion protocol was smelling salts, right?
Yeah, definitely. At least twice during my high school career, I had to be revived with some pretty powerful solutions. And you go right back to playing.
That's right.
There is a tackle made and a very short gain. If anything, let's see. Well, maybe no gain. No gain on the play for the Cougars. 4th down and 5. And something I have not had the privilege of saying tonight. The Show Low punt team is on the field. Took a long time to get around to that. 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Get some more scoring updates going for you as we get into the fourth period. How's that, everybody? Here's a kick, a very side spinning kick, and fielded, then kneeled down at the 27-yard line. Well, good effort. Unfortunately, that is going to result in a no return.
Yeah, I think as a coach, right, you tell them first priorities, make sure that you take care of the football there and make sure it's secure. And, you know, I'm sure he just was going to a knee to make sure he would keep that thing safe. So.
Ball is at the 27-yard line for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. We'll close out this third quarter here in just a moment.
The first group's back in defensively, huh?
Yeah, there's Cutter Pepper on the edge. He is going to stop his rush. Reach for the flag. Is that a reach for the flag? I thought there was a flag coming out here at the end of this play. There is no flag on a ball defended by Show Low over the middle of the field. Berlin's throw. Berlin is just hanging his guys out just a little bit too much. Looking for Seth Slaughter on that post route, and it goes incomplete.
Man, that's Jeremy Kishbogin with a good defensive play out there. He's don't mention him very often, but he's a very, very solid defensive back.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Trying to set the screen up. No, not going to happen because the rush gets to him. Stetson Walters leading the way, and the Show Low Cougars in this third quarter with that big play. I don't think we'll get another play off here in the quarter. If I was the Yellow Jackets, I would certainly let it run out. We're looking at a third down and very long after a quarterback sack. Well, listen, you're not supposed to be able to. You're not supposed to be able to get the sack when it's a screen pass.
Oh, that's right.
Let's get rid of the football, you know? Didn't happen. And our score going into the fourth quarter is 43-7. 3 quarters in the books, everybody, in this 3A state playoff game. Stand by as we come back to Show Low High School right after this. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
Chaz has been saying that since 2009. The Hatch Toyota team price checks against other dealers to make sure we're offering the best value. But if you come in with a bona fide offer that's lower than what we have on the window, we'll honor it. Our product specialists will show you around, help you with a test drive, and work with you to find the perfect vehicle that fits your lifestyle and budget. They aren't on commission, so they aren't under pressure to sell. With the largest inventory in the White Mountains, Hatch Toyota carries all makes and models of cars, minivans, crossovers, trucks, and sport utilities from all the major manufacturers. Come see us today. Hatch Toyota at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and at hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 32 years.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. Get our statewide low price guarantee on every new Toyota. Find out more at hatchtoyota.com or visit us today at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Show Low.
Offers on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Incomplete pass over the middle to Hunter Kraus for the Yellow Jackets. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. 4th and 19 after the Yellow Jackets on the previous play, that play that ended the third quarter. The quarterback sack lost 9 yards. And with that big loss, tack on an incomplete pass. It's 4th down. 4th down, and Jace Barton has to come back out again to kick it away for the Yellow Jackets this fourth quarter with a running clock now. Well, no, I take it. Well, hold on a second. Once you get the running clock, does it stay a running clock even if the opponent gets under the 42 points?
Yeah, it's supposed to stay from that time forward.
Look at the return. Look at Ryan Kishbaugh on the speed down the sideline for the punt return touchdown.
Well, no flags on this one.
Little hesitation before he went north-south. Mike, watch it right here. This is going to be a 45-yard punt return touchdown. Might have been a hold right there, but that's not going to tarnish the beauty of the return. Look at that hesitation, and then goodbye.
Yeah, and they had that good wall built up here. He just had that hesitation got him to that wall. And that's a really hard thing, right? As a coach, you're practicing, and having a second, a backup kickoff team or a backup punt return team is really low on your priority list. And so, you get the opportunity to return a punt, and you just put your punt return team out there.
Little trouble on the snap and the hold, and the Yellow Jackets are going to shut that thing down right there. But as we get this second half underway, a very quick Show Low score. The special teams came to play, and Ryan Kishbaugh's 45-yard punt return touchdown gives Show Low a 49-7 lead over the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Stand by for the kickoff, the Sports on Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
The holidays are here, and you could probably use some extra cash. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is giving away $500 cash. Not once, not twice, but every week now through Christmas. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is known for having great incentives like dinners and movies, full-service car washes, or $100 in window tint. But did you know all of our technicians are certified by the National Auto Glass Safety Council? Why? Because auto glass is a major factor in your vehicle's collision support. And because your family's safety is our #1 priority. And whether you've been naughty or nice, you'll get a chance to win $500 cash given away each week now through Christmas. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. Cash back to you. Woohoo!
Doesn't look like we'll get to see a rematch of Holbrook and St. John's. The Roadrunners had a nice halftime lead in their home playoff game tonight. However, the St. John's Redskins, who have traveled to Wilcox, not faring nearly as well. Is that a final score, or is that a late? That's the final score was at 42-7.
42-7.
Wilcox has defeated St. John's in the two-way state playoffs. Up the middle, and a little dance out across the 40-yard line, mark it at about the 41, and the Yellow Jackets will begin another possession, this time here in this fourth quarter with 10:27 remaining here in this one. 49-7, Show Low in front after a 45-yard punt return touchdown from Ryan Kishbaugh. Pima has defeated Chin Lee 55-8 in the two-way state playoffs. Not unexpected. You got anything else? Thatcher over Benson?
Thatcher, and 62-7 over
a TV Butler. Here's a pass intercepted, way underthrown, and the defender was standing by, and that one may go to the house, and will. The only thing that almost prevented this return for a touchdown was that the guy returning it ran into his own guy before he got to the goal line. Outside of that, the Yellow Jackets just were in no position to make a tackle on this interception return. There was a flag down, though.
There's a flag at the 20, yeah.
Doesn't look like the touchdown will stand, but the Cougars do get the interception. So Show Low comes away with an interception. The penalty will bring the ball back out to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Show Low. Ray Pedraza will line his guys up. Gage Reedhead split out to the left, so a number of those starters are still on the field. For Show Low, we'll see what they can do here as we get down to approaching 9 minutes remaining in regulation. Speed sweep, hand it off. Jet Walker, just a great job on defense out here on the edge. That is another one of those young defenders for the Yellow Jackets, and everybody on that defense seems like is a young defender. And I do not...
Okay, got a Carlo Harris as a freshman, number 12.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Right.
So good job by Carlo. That was a 4-yard gain on that last play, by the way. Pedraza, his pass is going to skip into his receiver out on that far side, looking for... Is that Walker out there? I believe that was... no, that's Carson Cooper. Incomplete, at any rate, on the pass attempts.
At this point, you're just trying to get, guys to the end of the game healthy and, get yourself ready for next week if you're the Show Low Cougars. Get some of these young guys some experience, right, to carry over for the next couple of years as well.
4th down coming up for Show Low. No, 3rd down. 3rd down and 6. That's the situation. Just under 8 minutes remaining here in this one. Show Low Cougars will advance in the playoffs. Will they play Paradise Honors or Payson? We're going to find out soon. Flip ahead. Pass caught. Jet Walker dragged down on the sideline. And we'll tabulate some yardage for you.
Well, Jet Walker's sure an impressive runner for a freshman, especially. He seems, the moment doesn't seem too big for him. To be running the football as effectively as in a state football game is impressive.
14 yards the gain on that play. That'll set up a 1st down at the 12-yard line for Show Low. Pedraza hands it off the left side. Carson Cooper gets a chance to go into the end zone. Ball gets slapped out, and the official says touchdown. Says the ball did not come out before he crossed the line, so that's a touchdown for the Show Low Cougars. 12-yard run for Carson Cooper. Hey, that might have come out early. Good job by Carlo, or rather, is that Carlo? Yeah. And that ball came out early, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm surprised with the score the way it is, too. Typically, right, they tend to make that call favoring.
Well, I thought the official, look, he was thinking about it, he was looking, he was letting it play out, and then he decided, they're going to call it a touchdown. But the ball did come out early on the effort by Carlo Harris, who, as a freshman has really, played a great game today for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that's, the last couple of drives, these couple of tackles, and
the kick is good for the Cougars in this big playoff matchup with the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. 56-7, Show Low in front. Under 7 minutes remaining. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Whatever you do, don't go anywhere.
Summit Healthcare is committed to your healthcare experience from start to finish. They invite you to take advantage of the Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy. The pharmacy is conveniently located in Summit's outpatient pavilion, just steps away from the hospital, and most of Summit's clinics. They accept most insurance, including Medicaid, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part D, First Care, and IHS. Prescriptions are ready in just minutes, and you get curbside delivery too. The Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy, because Summit is committed to meeting your pharmaceutical needs.
It's a very cold night in the White Mountains for round 1 of the 3A state playoffs. Hey, Mike, what does your official Sports on Radio thermometer say it is out here today, or right now?
Well, my toes say it's about 22, but
okay.
29.
29 degrees? Oh, that's child's play. That's nothing.
I'll tell you what.
That's nothing.
When I first drove up here, I wondered why in the world would anybody not live their whole life up here? Why would you leave here and go settle down into the Gila Valley? When I was first summer we moved up here, it was beautiful. And then November hit, and all that question was answered.
You figured it out, did you?
I figured it out pretty quick.
Yeah, it's not that hard, really.
Yeah.
It's a pretty easy equation. Here's a short kickoff to the near side. That'll go out of bounds. And the Yellow Jackets are going to go back on offense. Time running out right here. 6:47 remaining in regulation. This 3A state playoff game, first round action at Show Low High School for this one, folks. We'll be back here again next Friday night. Show Low will take on either Paradise Honors or Payson. And we'll have the broadcast coverage for you a week from tonight. That kid right there turned in a pretty good game, I guess. Big fella. Now we're gonna get some posing on the sideline. Armani Flores in the middle of all of that.
Oh, the joy of being young, right?
Yeah, I can't remember what that's like. Jace Barton gets spun and goes into just across the 50, but there's a marker down, so forget about it. Doesn't matter anyway. What was that big fella there on the sideline? Was that Robert Long? 6'7", 340 pounds? How would you like to... Don't you ever feel like, man, if I was 6'7", 340, someday I'd be in the NFL? I wonder if that big boy has those kinds of aspirations.
One of the nicest kids you'll ever meet.
What do you think the shoe size of a 6'7", 340-pound offensive lineman is? What do you think you're looking at right there?
Yeah, if it's not a 15, it's nothing, right?
That's at least,
it's got to be.
Yeah, every day of the week right there, 15. 5 minutes remain here in this one. The Cougars are going to get a chance to celebrate here in just a bit. Look, that Yellow Jacket team, they've been playing and fighting this entire way, and they've been playing a little short-handed. They had a teammate quit on them this week as we watch Hunter Krause dive ahead and try to get to 15 for the first down. They've had to move some personnel around as a result of losing that player. David Simmons has been gone for the the last two-thirds of the season. That's my son. Let's see. That's a gain of 12, by the way, on that last play. But David, he wanted to play in this one, and he wanted to play badly. He got cleared by his doctor to play. The broken leg is mostly healed, but he's got a residual ankle issue from having been in the cast and been in that boot for 6 weeks. And his ankle and his foot are just not responding all that well. And as we watch Hunter Krause just get leveled out there. Wow. He was on the wrong end of that special delivery by Zane Engel. Watch Zane step up right here and then say, hello, good night.
Good night.
Wasn't that another famous political statement now? Hello, good night. So anyway, David gave me a call today about 2 in the afternoon and asked me if I'd meet him at the football field so that we could make a determination as to whether or not he'd play tonight.
Yep.
So he and I went out there with a football, and we tried to work it out and tried to see, how possible it was going to be. And boy, I tell you, it wasn't pretty. I just got to be honest with you, it was not pretty. He tried. He ran a warm-up lap, and that wasn't looking so good. Pronounced limp that he had, and then. We threw the ball around a little bit, and he tried some sprints, some 5-yard and 10-yard sprints, and he was in a ton of pain the whole way. And just looking at him, it just wasn't good. So getting out there probably at 60 or 65% of his normal self and playing against a team like Show Low, I just couldn't see what good could come out of that.
No, and you sure appreciate, right, the want to and all of that type of stuff, but probably the right decision, right?
Just way better not to do it. It's way better, considering all things considered. So, they've been playing shorthanded for sure, and they were thin in numbers to begin with. Injuries have taken their toll, and the Yellow Jackets are on the absolute wrong end of a 56-7 score right now with 2:33 remaining in regulation. And who will Show Low play? We're going to find that out. We'll have a look through the brackets and the scores here on the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show at the end of our broadcast tonight, everybody. So Hope you'll plan to join us for all of that. Push Ridge has won their game 35-0 over ALA West Foothills. And a nice catch by Jake Esparza. A little bright spot here toward the end of this one. That senior is going to get a little bit of activity here before his career comes to an end. 8-yard pass completion to Esparza.
Yeah, my good buddy, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, Kevin Kerr guy, he tells me Push Ridge is the team to beat at the 3A.
Well, I mean, Tucson guy's going to say that every time, right?
He's got to, right? Bear down, Kev.
Yeah. He's got that's got to be his storyline, but I'm not so sure it is. Although I'll tell you this, I won't be overly surprised if Push Ridge wins the championship. Remember, they won a championship. What was it, 4 years ago or 5 years ago? And they did it unexpectedly so.
Yeah, weren't they? They were a lower seed, I think. Yep. Didn't they win 3 consecutive 3-point games? If I remember that run through,
I think they did. 4th down. Yellow Jackets go for it, and they get it. They gain 3 yards straight up the middle to move the chains. So, is that Jace Barton that got the carry? I believe it was, yeah, Jace up the middle. Unless the quarterback snuck it. I was focused in on Jace, and it looked like before all the bodies got in his way that he was the guy that was going to get the ball. One way or the other, a 3-yard gain. And a first down for the Yellow Jackets with 1:10 remaining. They're going to throw deep. Big hit on Hunter Kraus as he releases, and then another hit at the end of the incomplete pass. Might have been Antonelli that he was targeting down that left sideline. Well, you know, our mutual friend, Kevin Kerr, of course he's going to say Push Ridge is the team to beat. But, well, I won't be surprised if they do win it. I certainly don't expect that. I think that... I think it's going to be hard for anybody to beat Thatcher and Eastmark, and I think that the Show Low Cougars have the better chance if you talk about the Show Low and Push Ridge. I think Show Low's just got a little more speed and a little more weaponry, and I think they've got the better chance to upset somebody down at the end of things here in the state playoffs. Here's a pass to Esparza, gain of 4 yards on this play.
Yeah, I think when you get in, and Push Ridge certainly has some athletes, but, you know, Show Low's got those, 2 or 3, 4 kids that are just at a different level, I think. Quickness, speed. I think it's going to be a really fun, last group of 4 if they all get there to see who comes out ahead of that.
3rd down and 6. The Yellow Jackets, under a minute remaining. And the quarterback is Hunter Kraus. 3 receivers to his left. Solo to the right, and that's the direction he wants to go, down the sideline. He completes the pass. Nope. It was in and out of the hands. Jake Decker defensively breaking up the pass. It goes incomplete. Pass that should have been caught.
Yeah, it looked like the face mask got in the way, right?
Yeah, I forgot all about the face mask.
Yeah, those young receivers, right? It's a kind of a new game, learning to catch with your hands and get your hands out away from your body. But
43 seconds remain. The Yellow Jackets, facing another 4th down here. Keeping the offense out on the field. One last go at it. Kraus lines it up. Same formation, 3 receivers on his left. He's going to look that direction and try to throw that wide receiver screen. And, of course, it's read from the get-go. The Cougars were all over it, and they were able to prevent Seth Slaughter from doing anything after he catches it.
Yeah, they're lucky that Seth did a good job coming back to that football because the DB there looked like he was going to jump that thing for a second.
And that's going to leave 42 seconds on the clock. So we're going to wrap things up here. I would expect Show Low to kneel down a couple of times and take their victory and move on to the next round of the playoffs. Paradise Honors or Payson, who will it be? And I fully expect us to get a report on that score here sooner than later. Got Guys, be thinking about the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game, please. Get your votes ready. Get ready to cast that vote. We've got a big election coming up next Tuesday, big nationwide general election. And we're going to have our own vote to be tallied here in just a second. There it is. There's the final kneel down. Don't have to snap it again.
Well, and hopefully everybody takes the opportunity they have to vote.
We'll be like the NFL and encourage everybody, get out and vote on Tuesday.
Right. That is right.
Go exercise your right to vote. We'll vote on the Sports Zone Radio's Player of the Game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center, everybody. We'll get onto it here in just a moment. In our post-game wrap-up, we'll have a version of the Ace Hardware scoreboard show as well coming up in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Our final score is 56-7. Congratulations to the Show Low Cougars on picking up a win tonight here in the first round of the state playoffs. Exactly how they scripted it. A win and a big one at that over their arch rivals, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Post game on the way. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Stand by.
Give me an S. Give me a U. Give me a Y. Give me a B. What's that stand for? Sell us your vehicle.
At Hatch Toyota Show Low, we want your late model, good condition vehicle. We're buying. Sell us your car. Stop by Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall for a free, no-obligation quote. We're paying top dollar, often over Kelley Blue Book. The used car market is at its peak, and your current vehicle will never be worth more. Sometimes more than you paid for it. We'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. Get a free Carfax report and no-obligation quote. Get a quote, get a check. It's that easy.
Give me a G. Give me an A. Give me a Q. Give me a G. Give me an A. Give me a C. What's that stand for? Get a quote. Get a check.
Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
We've got a cool deal for you at Naked Mobile. Get the Samsung A11 smartphone free when you activate just 1 month of our 60-gigabyte plan. Starting at $75 per month, switch to Naked Mobile and get the free Samsung Galaxy A11 smartphone with 60 gigabytes of high-speed LTE data each month, and you can use your data as a hotspot. We've got you covered with unlimited nationwide talk and text and coverage on America's fastest networks. No contract, no credit check, no hidden fees. Get your free Samsung A11 smartphone at any Cellular One store near you or at nakedmobile.com.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO, experienced physicians, and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Back into it, everybody. Welcome back to Show Low Ford Stadium. So we bring you the post-game wrap-up on our Game of the Week broadcast here tonight. So the Show Low Cougars with a 56-7 win in the first round of the 3A state playoffs. They have taken down the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. The Sports on Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. And I want to bring my partner back in, Mike Brogan. Hey, Mike. Listen, Show Low just came in, all business-like, and took care of business. And as evidenced by the myriad of votes that have been cast for the Sports on Radio Player of the Game, which we'll get to here in a moment. You heard that message from White Mountain Regional Medical Center. They'll present it here in just a second. we've had votes for a number of different guys out there on that Show Low team, and just a ton of guys on that team that kind of brought their A game today. Really played well for Show Low in the win.
Yeah, I think that shows, kind of the total team effort here. It wasn't, one player making all the plays. It just everybody contributed, did their part.
Certainly did. You could talk about guys in the skilled position ranks. A number of the linemen as well played well today. So we have gotten a different vote from everybody right down the line. And I might just make an executive decision here in a little bit, but we've gotten attention for Cutter Pepper, who turned in another great game tonight. He had a couple of quarterback sacks, really
interceptions.
Really leveled Luke Berlin a couple times. He intercepted one officially. He intercepted another one that was not credited because the officials did not have a look at the great instant replay look that we shot. Yeah. Good job, Derek, in giving us that look down on the field. Cutter was he would have been a great candidate. Stetson Walters had a great game tonight. He was there. He had a couple of 2 or 3 quarterback sacks himself. Certainly would have been a strong candidate for that player of the game. On the other side of the ball, well, again, we had some other guys getting votes, and we're going to settle on. Are you ready for this? We're going to settle on. We're going to pull a B square Byron Brown and do a co-players of the game tonight. Okay, all right. We're going to go with Nash Brewer, the quarterback. Okay, Nash was 11 of 13 in this one tonight. You can't argue with 85% pass completions and 166 yards, 3 touchdowns for Nash Brewer. He also ran the ball reasonably well, like he normally does. Nash with 4 carries for 30 yards today in the game, and just helped engineer an offense that was effective all day long. Ryan Kishbaugh will be his co-player of the game, that Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game award presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And listen, all Ryan Kishbaugh did today, can we scroll down a little bit, please? All Ryan Kishbaugh did today was this. How's this sound? Ryan running the football, 7 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown. On the receiving end of things, Kishbaugh caught 3 passes for 47 yards and a touchdown. And Ryan ran back a 45-yard punt return for a touchdown today as well. So he found the end zone multiple times in this one, and it's just hard really to nail it down to any one person, let alone the 2 that we're going to go with today. But that's who we're going to credit in this victory here tonight. We're going to give that Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game to Nash Brewer and Ryan Kishbaugh. So, an executive decision. Sorry about that.
Yeah, definitely deserving. And Ryan also had the another punt return that was called back with a penalty as well. And so, and I like the idea. Maybe Nash didn't. We're so used to seeing him run and score with his legs, but he distributed the ball real well and kept that offense functioning.
And importantly for the Cougars, by the way, Nash looking pretty healthy out there. Okay, he stayed upright. His guys protected him well. He looks like he's going to walk out of this one, as healthy as he came in. And he is a guy that's been fighting injury and fighting to get back to 100%. So we congratulate him on the complete effort in this one. Nash Brewer and Ryan Kishbaugh are the Sports Zone Radio players of the game. Well, Mike, we're going to actually have a little discussion with a couple of the guys in the trenches that delivered nicely tonight. We won't speak with Nash and Ryan, though we do congratulate them on receiving the Player of the Game. It will be incumbent upon our audience and for Derek to just pause for a second, give me an opportunity to make sure that we have communication downstairs, and we should. Let's check in with one of those guys in the trenches, an unsung hero that called his name out a couple of times, making plays along the defensive front. He helps them on both sides of the ball, playing both offense and defensive lines. Zane Engel is set to join us now here, one of the seniors for the Show Low Cougars. Zane, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Zane, how does it feel? Listen, for a second time this year, you get a chance to beat your rivals, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. more importantly, you get a playoff victory. How's it going with you and the guys? How do you feel about it?
I mean, this is my first playoff victory as a senior, first playoff victory as a Cougar, and honestly, you'll see a lot more next 3 weeks.
There you go. I like the confidence. 3 weeks remaining in the football season, and some confidence with this Cougar team to keep that juggernaut going. Well, let's talk about what goes into the success of this Cougars team. You're now 10-1, 10 wins, just the one loss this year, that close loss to Snowflake earlier on. What is it that makes this team special, and what is it that's bringing the success that you're having?
I'd say it's the coaching staff. I mean, the way Hernandez has set us up, the way he's been able to organize us, get us on the ball, get us moving. These teams just can't handle us when we're moving. We get the momentum behind us.
Hey, Zane, Mike Brogan here. I haven't seen you for a few years, but yeah, sure, good to see you guys play and how much you guys have grown. It's awfully proud of you guys getting that done. So, talk a little bit about, I think what you guys have always had is that great camaraderie and chemistry, and it's been a team effort since you guys were young. So, speak to that a little bit. What's the chemistry like on the team, and how do you think that helps you guys?
Well, we're all Cougars. I've been here with football teams since 6th grade. A lot of these people have been here at least since freshman year. We've just been together. We've won. We just succeed. And every year we bring it.
Hey, what is it about the guys then in the trenches? We talk about Nash a lot, and we talk about Ryan a lot, and we talk about all these guys that, that get into the end zone and so on, but none of that would happen without the work that you guys are doing. Is there a special bond with you guys that play on the line, and is there a certain amount of pride that you guys take with the success that the team has?
Yeah, us linemen, we're a unit. We work together. We're a team. We're a family, and we're brothers.
Is it possible to have fun playing football and being a down lineman? I've always wondered that. I didn't play line myself, Zane, back in the day. I can't imagine that you can derive fun in the trenches. Are you having a lot of fun?
I mean, we just live in the trenches. I don't know if I've seen a team be able to run the ball on us. I haven't seen a team that's been able to stop our run. And, well, you see Nash, I don't think he's getting touched much the rest of the season either.
There's a lot of confidence right here.
Good man, Zane.
Coach Brogan.
That's right.
Really feeling it. And Zane, just a great win for you guys. Are you ready for the next round? We don't know yet if it's Paradise Honors or Payson. That report will come our way very soon. They were very close at halftime. But are you ready for the next man up here?
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. Paradise Honors, they have never felt the cold like this. Never felt the fans like this. And for Payson, they're not going to do what they did against us last time. I'll tell you that.
Hey, listen, we want to thank you, Zane, and congratulate you. Go enjoy this thing. You deserve it, and you guys got a great win tonight.
Now,
there is Zane Engel, one of those offensive linemen here for the Show Low Cougars, the Sports Zone Radio's Player of the Game. Brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center, is presented tonight to the quarterback, Nash Brewer, and the all-around running back, receiver, defensive star, and special teams special player, Ryan Kishbaugh. Great game tonight. Scored 3 touchdowns in different ways and played great defense as well. Congratulations to Ryan Kishbaugh and to Nash Brewer, the Sports Zone Radio's Player of the Game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And we'll continue. We want to talk to a couple of these, again, the unsung heroes down in the trenches. Let's talk to one of the big fellas out there. Tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. It's a first-round playoff matchup between the Show Low Cougars, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Show Low taking care of business, 56-7, the final score, everybody. And as we wrap it up here, let's talk with a big fella from inside the trenches here, one of those down linemen for Show Low that helps get it done. How about Robert Long, listed at 6'7", 340 pounds in your program. And Robert, thanks for joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Robert, you looked like you were having a lot of fun toward the end of that game as it was the clock was ticking down, and you and the guys starting the celebration early in that fourth quarter. What was the feeling like looking up at that clock, knowing you reached that point where there's just really no chance that Blue Ridge is going to make this comeback? What was that like for you and the guys?
You know, it felt really good. You know, we always seem to beat all these teams that are supposed to beat us, you know, by a lot. And, you know, we couldn't underestimate Blue Ridge, you know, but I feel like they came out here and they weren't playing their best that they could have. So just one of those things.
Hey, Bobby, this is Coach Brogan from your freshman year. I don't been a little bit since I've seen you, but, boy, you sure look good, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, I remember you from freshman year.
Yeah, you guys have certainly grown up and matured. It's sure fun to watch you play. So tell me a little bit about that. You certainly seem to like to hit people now.
Yeah, no, the coaches, you know, they challenged me throughout the summer. You know, I needed to get conditioned. I needed to lift more weights, and I needed to be meaner. So, you know, I delivered, and I wanted to help the team out a lot as I could. You know, I'm a senior, my last year. I got to help my family out a lot, you know.
Hey, Robert, you're a part of a group of a multitude of seniors on this team, guys that have been playing together football for a long time, seen a lot of success along the way. And with all of that success, going back to your youth football days and the junior high days, I would imagine that this team has the highest of aspirations. Is it possible you could be satisfied with anything less than a championship here in your senior year?
Well, I don't really know, you know. After the football season's over, it's going to be really sad once, you know, we're not going to see each other as much. You know, we're just really tight. We're a family. We love each other. So I feel like the championship will bring us a lot closer, but, you know, at the same time, it could drift us apart.
Playing Blue Ridge tonight, playing them for a second time this season, getting another really impressive victory over the Yellow Jackets. How did that feel?
It felt really good, you know. We thought that they were gonna come out here, bring out a lot of new stuff to their defense and everything. They didn't really change up much. Like I said, I don't think that they played the best that they could have. I feel like they could have brought more of a fight.
Hey, Robert, let me ask you about this. We know that Carlo Hernandez is intimately involved with running the offense, that Coach Hawkins, Danny Hawkins, is the defensive coordinator, and these are your two I guess you would say, guys at the top of the food chain as far as the coaching goes. But how about the offense and defensive lines, the coaches that you work with positionally? You want to give a little shout-out to those coaches that lead you and the guys on the line?
Yeah, so we got Brian Ryan, known as Big Sexy. He's our main offensive guy. He's really good, you know, at what he does. Whenever we're getting beat or something and it's pretty close at halftime, he knows how to adjust it. We got our new O-line coach, Hoffmeyer from Blue Ridge last year, and he, you know, came in. He instantly loved Show Low. He brought so much support. You know, he completely left Blue Ridge and had no sympathy for them. And then we got a new defensive line coach, Coach Pep, JD, and he's a really good guy. He's really aggressive. He's showing us how to stay low on the line and break through the line. And, you know, all three of them are a big part of this program. Without them, I don't think that we would be able to do this.
They deserve the shout-outs. They deserve the shout-out. Now, I'm just going to say this. I believe that Brian Ryan, I believe that's a self-imposed nickname. I'm not the Big Sexy. I'm not sure you're supposed to give yourself a nickname like that, okay? But we let it slide because he's a nice guy. You tell Coach Ryan, by the way, that he owes us a case of Coca-Cola. Okay?
Yeah,
right,
I'll do that for you.
You make sure you tell him that. He owes us a case of Coca-Cola. We delivered on our end of the bargain, okay? So, Robert, it's a lot of fun, I'm sure, for you and the guys. Congratulations on the win. Are you ready for what's next in line? I don't know if it's Paradise Honors or Payson yet, but are you ready for the next team that you guys have on the schedule?
Yeah, I think that we're in a pretty good spot. You know, we can't underestimate them. Just because they didn't do good in the regular season doesn't mean that they're not going to put their full heart into the playoffs. So we really got to keep going and just keep not letting don't underestimate all these teams.
Sure, and by the way, Robert, you and the guys have earned another week of football. You get to play another week of football. How about that, huh? Your senior year, and it continues on for at least one more week. And you know who you're going to play? We know who you're going to play. You are going to play the number 5 Paradise Honors team. They defeated Payson in a really close one, 26-24, the win for Paradise Honors. And that's who you get to play next Friday, and we want to wish you good luck in that, okay?
All right, thank you.
Go get him, Bobby.
Robert Long, Bobby, as you call him, Coach. That's a big, big fellow right there.
Yeah, he's such a good kid. I had to chuckle because everything that he said the coaches are telling him, right? We told him that when he was younger, right? You got to be meaner, kid. You got to be meaner. Go in there and lay the wood to somebody.
When you're that big, if you combine mean with that big, wow, you get a pretty special football player. You combine those two things. The final score again, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast, Show Low 56, Blue Ridge 7 here tonight. Well, I want to thank you, Coach, for being here. I'm gonna look through the final numbers and so on here in just a moment. I'm gonna let you check out though, because I know you can't feel your feet anymore. It's been a cold night.
100% correct.
But I want to thank you, Coach Brogan, Mike Brogan, for being here on the broadcast tonight, joining our Sports Zone Radio team. You know you're in a very elite company there now, okay? And always remember, it's like getting a tattoo. It does.
It never goes away.
Doesn't go away. All right.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for having me. I sure had a good time, and happy to do it, and really enjoy watching these boys play. It kind of brings me back to coaching them a few years ago. So it's, I sure enjoy that part of it too.
And I wish you the best. If we don't see you anymore this football season, I wish you the best with your Snowflake Lady Lobos girls basketball team. You guys you've gotten your season underway now, and we wish you the best there, man.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
You got it.
All
right, Mike Brogan, my broadcast partner tonight here on this production of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, everybody. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. We'll get a word from them. And we'll give you some final numbers in this victory tonight in the first round of the playoffs for the Show Low Cougars, 56-7. Show Low has tonight defeated the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Mike, thank you. We'll see you soon. Folks, don't go anywhere. We continue from Show Low High School right after this.
You know that excited feeling you get after you buy a car? You'll walk around it 5 or 6 times checking it out. You send selfies to your friends. You grab your family, friends, and coworkers the next day to see your new car purchase. Did you feel that happy when you were going in to buy it? Hatch Toyota's thinking is that you should be just as happy before you buy it as you are after. We start by not doing something. We do not have commissioned sales reps. At Hatch Toyota, we believe in non-commissioned product specialists. They're salaried, so they have no reason to pressure you to do anything. They understand that a great customer experience will lead you to telling your friends and your family about your experience. So when you're approached on the lot or in the showroom, you don't have to panic. Their task is to help you find the best vehicle for your lifestyle and your budget. Hatch Toyota Product Specialists, keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Or shop online all the time at hatchtoyota.com.
Summit Healthcare Orthopedics welcomes Curtis Ellsworth, DO. Dr. Ellsworth received his Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine from Midwestern University in Glendale, Arizona. He completed his orthopedic surgery residency at Research Medical Center in Kansas City, Missouri. Dr. Ellsworth is accepting new patients. Summit Healthcare Orthopedics, 4951 White Mountain Road in Show Low, 928-537-6700.
No matter the occasion, large, small, or just because, the Bloomhouse Floral Designs, located in Pine Top, will create the perfect bouquet to capture your moment perfectly. Offering the widest selection of beautiful and unique floral designs and accents, the Bloomhouse serves as your personal creation expert. We are open to serve you Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 till 4. Same day and rush deliveries are available. Stop by or order online at bloomhouseflorals.com.
Attention! Did you know that you may be eligible to receive a free data plan with 60 gigabytes of LTE data to use as a hotspot every month? If you live on tribal lands and are on a government assistance program like WIC, SNAP, Lifeline, Pell Grants, or Medicaid, Cellular One can help. Just ask for the Cellular One ACP plan. It comes with unlimited data and a 60 gigabyte LTE data hotspot. Get your free ACP plan at any Cellular One store today. ACP is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only. Non-transferable. Limited to one line per household.
Hey, we're back at Show Low High School, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this production of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Hatch Toyota. Final score, Show Low 56, Blue Ridge 7. In this one tonight, the first round of the 3A state playoffs are drawing to a conclusion. We know that Thatcher has won. Show Low is now proven victorious. The Push Ridge Lions have won their first round playoff game. Paradise Honors has won their game, a close one over Payson, 26-24. That earns Paradise Honors the right to come to the White Mountains next Friday night and take on the Show Low Cougars. We'll have that broadcast. Here's our next presentation of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. That'll be next Friday nights, right here at Show Low Ford Stadium, everybody. Let's take a look through the final numbers in this one tonight. For the Cougars, that offense was an absolute unstoppable juggernaut. 443 yards of offense for the Cougars. 18 first downs as well. And that's on 44 total offensive plays. So think about that for a minute. A high percentage of their offensive plays run in the game tonight produced first downs. Total rushing, 246 yards for the team, 197 yards passing. Pretty balanced attack for Show Low tonight. On offense, the average gain overall was 10.1 yards per offensive play. They ran the ball for 9.1 yards per, and the average pass was 14.1 yards tonight for the Show Low Cougars. Let's take a look at some other numbers here. They were never sacked on this one tonight. They did drop a ball. Nash Brewer fumbled the ball attempting to pass, and he covered it up. We are not counting that as a sack. Let's see. They were penalized 7 times for 70 yards. And considering some of the difficulties Show Low's had at times this season, that was a pretty clean game for the Cougars. So I'm sure they feel good about that. Fumbled it twice, lost one of those, and that was the only turnover tonight committed by the Cougars. Their quarterback, Nash Brewer, 11 of 13. That's 85% completions, 166 yards for Nash, 3 touchdowns for one of the Sports Zone Radio's players of the game. Nash, along with Ryan Kishbaugh, picked up those honors. The leading receiver tonight for Show Low was Jet Walker, 4 catches for 48 yards. Then it was Ryan Kishbaugh, 3 catches for 47 yards and a touchdown. He had a number of guys figuring into the passing game. Colton Tidwell, 4 receptions for 37 yards. He caught a touchdown today. Sergio Villalba, 1 reception for 33 yards. That was a Show Low touchdown. Also tonight, Gage Reed had caught 1 pass for 8 yards. Carson Cooper with 1 catch for 24 yards for Show Low on offense. They got a number of guys running the football tonight. The guy that led the way was Ray Pedraza. Ray had 8 carries for 70 yards, 1 rushing touchdown for Ray. Jet Walker, 4 carries for 65 yards. He averaged 16.3 yards per touch of the football running it. 1 touchdown as well for Jet Walker. Let's see, Ryan Kishbaugh, 7 carries for 60 yards and a rushing touchdown. Nash Brewer checked in with 4 carries for 30 yards. Carson Cooper, 3 rushes for 20 yards. And Sergio Villalba carried it 1 time for a single yard for Show Low on offense today. Pretty impressive numbers, all in all, for a victorious Show Low Cougars team. 56-7, the final score. On the Blue Ridge side, they gained a total of 57 yards and had 5 first downs in this one. Ran about the same number of offensive plays, just about. Show Low had 44 plays. The Yellow Jackets ran 40, but that Show Low defense was stingy tonight. Blue Ridge, their average gain per offensive play, 1.4 yards per play. And that isn't going to get you too many first downs. It's not going to get you too many victories either. Running the football, the Yellow Jackets, thanks to a number of quarterback sacks. In fact, let's see how many total sacks. We have 4 sacks total registered by the Show Low defense, and a lot of yardage lost on those sacks. As a team, the Yellow Jackets rushed for minus 28 yards because all that sack yardage is figured into rushing. Passing yardage, 85 total yards passing for the Yellow Jackets in this game tonight. I mentioned they were sacked 4 times, also intercepted twice. They fumbled it once but regained that. Total turnovers tonight, we have them at 2. I don't understand the registration on that, but, every once in a while our numbers are a little bit jiggered. Let's see, penalized, Blue Ridge was 9 penalties for 65 total yards in this one tonight. They actually they had 2 penalties more than Show Low did in the game tonight, and that doesn't often happen. The freshman quarterback, Luke Berlin, was just 5 of 18 for 71 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Those are your 2 turnovers, I guess. Now I've got my numbers back. They make sense again. Because, again, I said they fumbled it once, but they did not lose that fumble. The 2 turnovers were 2 interceptions. Okay. We're back to making sensibility again. Hunter Krause came in relief late in the game. At quarterback, he was 3 of 5 for 14 yards for the Yellow Jackets. The leading receiver was Jace Barton. 1 catch for 33 yards. That was a touchdown. Seth Slaughter caught 3 passes for 30 yards today. Let's see. Who else we got out there? Let's check this. Samuel James. Sorry, I had his name wrong all night long. I need forgiveness on that. Sorry about that, Samuel. Samuel played a great game for the team. That young man, just a sophomore, out there called on to play double duty on offense and defense. But Samuel James, 1 catch for 12 yards in our game tonight. Jake Esparza caught a couple of passes, 2 passes for 12 yards. Elam Antonelli, 1 catch for minus 2 yards. That's a little surprising. Elam normally is going to be their leading receiver on a given night, and they were just unable to get him involved in the mix. Running the football, the leading carrier was Hunter Krause, 2 rushes for 12 yards. Jake Esparza, 2 carries for 3 yards. Jace Barton, 6 rushes for 1 yard. And let's see, Seth Slaughter carried it 3 times for minus 7. Luke Berlin, 4 carries for minus 37. Those are 4 quarterback sacks. Luke doesn't often get out there and run the football. He did not tonight. Every time he was sacked, though, it tallied negative rushing yardage to that young man's total, and that's, nobody likes that. But that's just the way the stats work in this one tonight. And that relentless Show Low defense certainly made him pay throughout the night. Tonight, a 56-7 win for the Show Low Cougars over Blue Ridge. Show Low will play Paradise Honors a week from tonight, next Friday night, right here, the second round of the 3A state playoffs. Sports Zone Radio will be back to cover that game for you. We'll do it right here, as part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to close out the game broadcast. We're going to close that out with you here now from Show Low High School, everybody. It's been a lot of fun for us, and even with these sub-freezing temperatures that we've all been having to endure. But I want to thank our great production team. They did a great job in these elements. Wow, what a job turned in by Derek Simmons, our producer. Our technical director, Fernando Quintana. Really hit a home run tonight, Fernando. Great job. A big thank you to Sean Ubestad on our production team as well tonight, running camera. Our statistician, the lovely Sonia Simmons, did her usual great job. And for my broadcast partner, Mike Brogan, I'm Floyd Simmons, thanking you for joining us, reminding you the final 56-7. Show Low wins. They move to the second round of the playoffs. We'll have it next Friday night right here at Show Low High School. Until then, God bless you, folks. Thanks for being with us. For the entire crew, Floyd Simmons saying good night for the moment, but I'll be back in a moment with the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show. Stand by as we continue our evening from Show Low High School right after this. Don't go anywhere.